Aaron Rodgers, the day that he decides to show up, the defense doesn't. I want the whole package. I want the whole thing this time.
I'll tell you what, Romeo Doubs is looking good. He is going to be wide receiver number 1 by the end of the season. Book it.
Dillon are going to be part of this. They're going to get a lot of catches this year. They're going to get even more. Jones already showed that he can handle a big load of catches.
9 different receivers had 90 or more yards, in the 7 games that Devontae was out.
He stuck with this team for so long. He said he wants to retire here. Why not just let it be? I mean,
hey everybody, this is Gerhard de Beer, former Green Bay Packer offensive lineman, and you're watching Frozen Tundra Network with Bill the Packer fan and Packer owner Nick. Enjoy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Frozen Tundra Network, man. We got a nice new show tonight. Coming off a 3-game loss. It's not too fun to be a Packer fan, but you're still yelling, "Go Pack Go." You're a diehard Packer fan, man.
And I just want to say the intro says Bill, the Packer fan, and Packer owner Nick. For the first time in a long time, we have a full panel of everybody. Thank you, John, Dave, Isaac, and Rob for being here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we got to get Dave on the intro now that he comes on every week.
We couldn't do this without you guys. So
yeah.
I just want to shout out them. Thank you for being here. We have a full panel tonight. Great show. We got a lot of topics. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, right?
We got to talk about losing.
Let's start out. Here's the topic that I want to start with, okay, you guys? I want to start with, how did we lose against the Commanders? And I want honest opinions. Give me all of your honest opinions. I don't want you to hold back. Bill the Packer fan, my co-host, I want you to start this one off.
All right, what was the question again? I was doing something on the side.
How did we lose to the Commanders? Give me your honest.
Well, I'm going to have to say it's them wide receiver drops. Honestly, it's starting to look like I watched Aaron Rodgers throw ball after ball in the dirt. It's like he's not even trying anymore. Like he's kind of given up because he has no talent at the wide receiver. That's why I'm hoping for Good to go out there and get somebody, man. Like, what do we got till November 1st before the deadline? Like, make something happen. We got a bunch of middle round picks. Make something happen, dude. Whether it be Chase Claypool, Brandon Cooks, get something going. Like, Aaron Rodgers looks very discouraged, and everyone's mistaking that for him, falling off and shit. I don't think it's him falling off. I think it's him copping an attitude, and he's just getting fed up with it,
So look, John, Rob, and Isaac, I'm going to get to you guys, but because of what Bill just said, I want to get David Gray's perspective right after what he just said.
Why, you think I'm going to slam Rodgers?
No. I just know that you're very opinionated.
I don't know. It's coaching. It's coaching, man. I mean, what else can it be? It's coaching, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it comes right down to the offensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator,
I don't know what the fuck's going on. I mean,
both coordinators, man.
I don't know why.
There's enough blame to go around. Trust me.
I mean, they're not playing.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. We're going to get to everybody. I want David Gray to give just genuine, honest feelings about what's going on, and we're going to get to all you, and you're going to give us your opinion.
My biggest, how the fuck, I know who the special teams coordinator is, and it's his job to put the punt return guy. How the fuck can Matt LaFleur not have noticed by now that Amari Rodgers can't field a goddamn punt and without being scared as hell? Like, how can you not notice that? That changed a lot of momentum there. I don't want to blame a bad call, but there was a bad call that changed a big time momentum in that game.
That fumble for a touchdown, there's no way. There's no way you can throw a flag.
Dude literally ran into Stokes, and the ref must have caught because he caught Heineke looking like he was going to throw to him, and then he must have caught Stokes reacting. And he thought then Heineke was already out of the pocket running.
Everybody in the comments, tell me if you think. Everybody in the comments, tell me what you think the problem is, and tell me if you think that call was legit. Because, in our opinion, I know that this is a full panel opinion. That fumble recovery for a touchdown, there's no way that should have got called back for that bullshit penalty. Now
that's bullshit.
Now,
We've
David,
been ripped off so much on defense this season. It's not.
I
even
was going to
funny.
say it's been the last 3 or 4 weeks we've been getting robbed on certain calls, and I'm not trying to say don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that's an excuse.
But that was another Gary sack that got taken off the fucking board,
that's
man. That was
what, 3
another
or 4?
Gary
Is
sack.
it 4 now on the season?
That gave,
I think 4.
That gave
yeah,
Saquon Barkley a touchdown. Remember?
Yeah.
So David Gray, can finish your thoughts. Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to put that out there.
No, I'm pretty much. I mean, it's coaching for me, man. He
Agreed.
don't look ready. I don't know. He doesn't know what's going on.
He looks clueless.
He just keeps giving excuses that we're going to fix it. We're going to look at it. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And it's like, dude, do it. Please do it. I mean, you got
He's
plenty
good
of
at talking
talent.
about it. He's good at talking about what's wrong, but not good about fixing it.
Yeah.
Now, I just wanted to say something real quick. We've had Mike come on here numerous weeks, week after week after week.
He's a personal fan of mine.
Yeah, he's actually a top fan on the Build a Packer fan Facebook page. He actually even has a badge, and he is a Bucs fan. But Mike, in about 30 minutes, little buddy, we're going to have an open mic. I'm going to shoot you the link, and
Please,
I pray
come
to
on.
God you get up the courage.
Please, come on.
On the show.
You notice how he wasn't around. He wasn't around after Tampa lost, though. He wasn't around nowhere. He was nowhere in sight, dude.
He's there playing
damage. Tampa looks horrible right now. Brady's losing it.
He's playing damage control for Brady.
Right.
So we heard from David Gray. Thank you, David Gray, for being honest. I'm going to go to Isaac because that's where the circle is going. Isaac, tell me your honest thoughts. What's going on?
I think it's all levels, but then again, I think the defense gets gassed out from the offense, just, gassing out themselves all throughout the, first half. I think the only good first half that we really had was against the Buccaneers and against the Bears. But then the second half, we just have nothing left. And then all these penalties are killing us. It's drive killers. I don't care who you have offensively, but if you keep getting backed up, 10 or 15 yards, it's not going to go. It's not a good sign of you moving the ball. It's going to end up in a lot of punts like we've been doing. It's going to end up and then definitely our special teams has improved, but Amari, get his ass out of there. Maybe get Kylan Hill. Kylan Hill is about to be back. Get him over there. Get somebody else because this experiment does not work with Amari. And then, you know what? Partially, I don't blame Amari. He got thrown into that role. I don't think he even wanted that role. And then he got thrown into it, and we had nobody else to go there. We ain't having old Cobb or old Watkins, fielding punts or anything like that. So
they tried Watson, but then he got hurt right away.
Yeah, maybe let's see what Bagleton is doing, or some shit.
So thank you for everything that you just said, Isaac, and your honest opinions. Rob, you're folding your arms. I know you're.
Rob is the whole fucking team up.
Rob's the kind of guy that's pissed a lot, and he has a lot to say, but he doesn't say a lot. So, Rob, just let it go, man. Tell us what you're feeling.
Hey, man, I tell it like I see it, and honestly, man, there's so many problems on this team right now. We are so far from where we finished last season. And looking at how we're playing, I mean, we started out kind of like slow, and then we've only gotten worse. I mean, it's coaching, offense and defense. The defensive scheme, I question it too. I mean, the penalties, we've had fumbles. I mean, stuff that we don't normally see in our team, man. This is just, I mean, is it bad luck? Is it just, it's a combination of a bunch of things. I don't think you could just say one thing. I mean, if it was one thing, the team would have already fixed it. But, I mean, my biggest problem is it starts with LaFleur. I mean, even since last year when we lost the NFC Championship game and he talked about the special teams, and he was like, I didn't really put much stock in the special teams. And, I mean, bro, you got to think about the special teams. Having Amari Rodgers back there, I knew this fumble was coming. Now, I'm surprised it wasn't earlier. Earlier in the season, he looked scared. Do I run? Do I just do I call for a fair catch? He's got a 15-yard lead and he could take off, man. I mean, we need to find a real guy that has no fear that wants to do that. Whether he plays wide receiver, cornerback, I don't care who. We need a fast guy. We need to put him out there, and he needs to run like he's bat out of hell.
Hopefully that's Kylan Hill.
I mean, I'm not giving up on Rodgers, but if Rodgers is going to call out everybody, he needs to look at himself. And then he needs to call out when someone's doing something good, because I don't never hear him say anything good about anybody.
Well, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. John Dorn has to go make some deer steaks. So I want
that's a nice.
I want everything you have to say right now, John Dorn. Everything you have to say right now, give it to us.
Blow the fucking team up. Trade fucking Rodgers and fucking Bakhtiari package deal. Amos, fuck everything. Fucking sell it all. Done. No, I'm just joking. Anyways, but my thing is coaching. It boils down to every week when we're losing, it's the same goddamn thing by the floor. It's the same goddamn thing. We'll get it fixed. It's back to fundamentals. Do this, do that. It's like, do it. Don't just fucking sit there and just say you're gonna do it. Fucking do it. You're having way too many mistakes. I mean, when you're going out there and making mistakes same old mistakes every game, that's bad. That's in coaching right there. He needs to fire that offensive coordinator for sure. Get him the fuck out of there. But what it is boils down to like the drops. That shouldn't be happening right now. I mean, that's uncalled for.
So look,
some of it is on Rodgers. He is throwing them, here and there. But you know what? Good receivers should catch those balls.
So
they're a little behind.
I'm gonna be the heel, and I'm gonna go against a lot of what everybody, including you guys, are saying. There is no possible way you can blame this on Aaron Rodgers. It's just not. First of all, would you all agree that he's running for his fucking life and he's not 25 anymore? He's 38, right? Can you all agree that the running game, although it had, like, at the times that we use it, it has been good, and I want I want Aaron Jones to be utilized more, but at the same time, it hasn't been that great.
I don't know, man, because
if you look at the per carry numbers, it's actually not as great as we think it is.
Yeah.
Second of all, defense lost that game, this last game. How do you get Jared Alexander? I'm calling out Jared Alexander for losing this last game.
He had a bad game, bro.
How do you let that touchdown, first of all, that touchdown happen? Fine. The ball was pinpointed pretty accurately. I'll give you that. At the end of the game, where we needed a stop on third and 12 or third and 14, whatever it was. How do you let that happen? How do you let that happen where Terry McLaurin, guys, this is not Aaron Rodgers' fault. It's just not. I feel like so many games, I feel like Aaron Rodgers is babysitting. That's how I feel.
Right.
Yeah. I truly feel like he's one of the best quarterbacks in all of the NFC right now, statistically. If you go look at his numbers, he's actually not having a bad season.
Yeah.
His fantasy numbers suck.
I feel you on that, Nick. It just the thing is that we're seeing, throws that Rodgers normally makes in his sleep.
And I understand that. I totally understand that.
Yeah, for instance, the Watkins, how the ball oversailed his head, and it was going to be a PI if Watkins, the ball was thrown where Watkins in his path. He kind of
his fault though. This is not his fault. I cannot fault Aaron Rodgers.
What was Rodgers' numbers? Right, what was his pass attempts and everything for that game? Because some of those were bad passes. Some of those were on Rodgers.
And I'm not disagreeing. See, I'm not trying to disagree with you guys that Aaron Rodgers has not played up to his.
He's not playing Aaron Rodgers.
How can you blame the defense when the offenses keep on going 3-0 all the time and not giving the defense a break?
At the end of the game, at the very end of the game, when we just needed a stop, I can blame the defense for that.
But Nick, we didn't need just a stop. We needed to get a stop to get the ball back, but we were still down.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
We're not scoring enough points.
You can blame everything else on the offense being inept in that situation. Look, you can blame the offense for not giving the
Watkins was wide open.
I get that. But look, how many third downs did you guys watch where we didn't get the third down conversion because we dropped the ball? How many
third
Alan
down,
Lazard, at
That's
the very
bad.
beginning of the game,
0%.
right in
0%.
his hands, he dropped the ball. Okay.
Lazard.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me
Same
say
thing.
this: how many third downs did we go? We need 3rd and 5, and we throw out in the flat instead of going to the sticks.
Yeah.
I mean, come on,
Romeo
dude. That's
Dobbs-
an offensive call. That's a coaching
Romeo
call.
Dobbs dropped
That's a coaching
3
call.
passes that were crucial passes,
And
that
we
he
all
needed
bagged
to
him up.
catch.
Right.
Yeah, we bagged him up, and now he just turned to shit. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, but see, what kills me is why does the first half we always run the ball down their throat with Aaron
Yeah.
Jones, and then the second half we steer away from it?
Yeah.
The last 3 games I watched it, and Aaron Jones was being effective as hell.
Yep.
And then you just steer right away from it in the second half. Like, it makes 0 sense to me. I don't get it.
Yeah.
His
And then-
football philosophy is
Under-
backwards. I mean, when you get a lead, you run the ball. You know what I
Right.
mean?
If
Right.
Watson comes back this week, Aaron Rodgers better at least throw a few bombs to him. At least try him.
Oh, let's ask everybody in the audience: do we even have a shot at the Bills? Give us a yes or no. I want to hear
We
that.
play mistake-free football. Do you see the penalties that we're committing this year? I've never seen a Green Bay team make these ridiculously stupid penalties. And
Right.
I'm
Over and
sorry.
over.
I'm sorry,
Even-
but
Dude.
tell me how you feel in the comments, because that fumble recovery for a touchdown, that's a bullshit penalty right there.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to clean up like the unnecessary contact. That was a bullshit
We
penalty.
have a
I don't
lot of
care what
no's,
anybody
fellas.
says.
A lot of no's.
That was
Hey,
garbage.
Maybe.
Hey, let me ask a question, and then I'll go to you, Nick, first around the panel. So Aaron Rodgers, he had interesting things to say on, I think, the Pat McAfee show, or Pat McAfee. Yeah. So he talked about the West Coast offense with Walsh and all them, and he talked about the West Coast offense, and he talks about LaFleur's offense, and he talks about the differences, how simple the Walsh offense is, and how basically everybody emulated it. It's one of the hottest offenses, that came around the NFL. So what do you guys think of what you see between the Walsh offense and then how LaFleur's running his offense now? And I'll start with you, Nick.
I don't think that it's crazy to say that we need to simplify things. I think what Rodgers is saying is we need to do a lot more like halfback blacks.
Right.
We need to do a lot less shotgun runs. I think he's trying to say, like, just simplify the playbook. Because, for example, everybody, how this goes, where Mike McCarthy tried to what? He tried to overcomplicate everything and act like he was a guru of all these play callings, where Aaron Rodgers disagreed. And he said, look, I can throw the ball. We have guys that can run the ball. Maybe we should just do that, right? He got fired. Now we have Matt LaFleur, who's now I know that, Rob, you specifically were saying, I think that Matt LaFleur thinks that he's smarter than everyone because of the last few years of winning all these games, right?
Yes, it's gone to his head. 13 straight, 3 back-to-back seasons, man. It's never been done. He's putting himself up there with the greatest coaches, man.
Hey, can I interrupt everybody for a second? Can we do a quick vote? Do you guys know who Michael John is, the Viking fan that posts all that garbage every day?
Yeah.
He's
a
the
weirdo
one that
right
wants
now.
the
Should we allow him back in the group, or should we let him stay on the outside?
The
looking in?
FBI, if they
I think
allow
it's
you back,
funner watching him in the window like this, watching us.
if the FBI allows you back in the group, then you can come back.
Hey, he's in that little helicopter in the casino.
He said, "Let me back in."
The FBI binoculars, run out of gas in the fucking woods.
All right, Michael, we'll make you a deal. If you can go live with Alvin Butler for 15 minutes when he's drunk, you will let you back in.
Brutal.
And you have to win the battle.
I'm going to say good luck, buddy. Good luck, buddy.
So I'll go to you, Bill, on LaFleur's offense versus the Walsh offense.
I like the way Matt LaFleur likes to use our run game. Like, he likes to have the 2 dual back threats, and he likes to use tight ends too. But
we haven't been doing that lately.
Right,
That's
like
the problem. We haven't been
he
doing
was
that.
doing great with it. It's like he's steering away from it, like he's panicking because there's no wide receivers.
Do you guys remember in the Patriots game when we had the dual running backs at the same time? And even the announcers were sitting there going, I think that's smart for Green Bay. They're actually really utilizing the running backs. What happened happened after that? The Giants game, first half, we utilized our running backs, right? What happened second half? We didn't even run the ball. We utilized nobody, and Aaron Rodgers was throwing the ball in the dirt all game. So, again, I go right back to what Rob said in these back chats where he said, I think Matt LaFleur thinks he's smarter than everybody because we won all these games. Let's not fool ourselves, Packers fans. Aaron Rodgers won these games, not Matt LaFleur. So let's be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not the smartest mind on the field, and I get that we have RPOs and Aaron Rodgers is checking out of rush. I get that part of it. But Aaron Rodgers actually, when you watch the games,
you're saying fire the floor and get Sean Payton in, right?
That's not what I'm saying.
Sean Payton, here we come.
What I'm saying is I have a really hard time finding where Aaron Rodgers is the problem right now.
I think he's part of the problem.
I think he's partly the problem because like I said, I'm watching him throw balls in the dirt.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not part of the problem. That's
like
not what
he's
I'm saying.
giving up. Like he's.
I have a really hard time finding where he's just the sexy part.
I'm to the point. I want to see a young quarterback, mobile, more accurate, more hungry, more than that. You know.
And that's fine.
Let's
ask you guys this.
The
question.
All the wide receivers we lost, Devontae, MVS, I mean, everybody. What did LaFleur do to replace that?
Nothing.
What about Goop? What did Goop do to replace that?
Who's in charge of doing that, man? Who's in charge of making sure that Rodgers got what he needs? I mean, I'm at a loss, bro. We are nowhere near where we were offensively a year ago.
So look,
I agree.
Let's pose the question then. Let's go to a new topic. Let's pose the question. Packers fans, everybody, give me your honest opinion in the comments. Should Aaron Rodgers retire after this year? I'll go to Bill, a Packer fan, because that's the first person I see. Go ahead.
Hell no. I think you need to get the man some receivers, man. I don't think that he's going downhill. I think he's getting fed up of these balls getting dropped. And he's kind of giving up like, hey, I'm getting my 50 mil, whether we win or lose. I think that's what the mindset he has set in his head right now. I think he needs a fire under his ass and like get a new receiver, man.
All right.
Like I said, we got to November 1st, fellas. What's that, Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Something's got to get done. If not, our season's done, man.
Next person on the panel is David Gray. Should Aaron Rodgers retire after this season?
No. But I kind of disagree with you all. He's got a bigger fucking ego than Matt LaFleur does. And part of it is him.
He's got an ego, bro, but it's LaFleur.
Part of it is him, and it's the same offense that he's won back-to-back MVPs. So, I mean, yeah, you're missing one key player in that offense, and I can understand what he's saying about dial it back a little bit. But to me, it's just finger pointing. Y'all are losing.
No, you're right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, LaFleur deserves some blame, but come on. I mean, Rodgers is, to me, he looks like he don't give a fuck this year. To be honest with you.
So totally to be fair,
like, fuck it. I don't.
Rodgers has said we.
Unless we play the Bears, then I give a shit.
I'm just saying. Just to be fair, Aaron Rodgers has said
you're right.
I need to do better. So he has given himself blame, but I agree with you in the sense of
his body language ain't there though, bro. I mean,
there are parts of Aaron Rodgers' ego. Aaron Rodgers is not letting anybody win other than himself in this dispute, right? Like, so I agree with you in certain ways, David Gray. I'm just giving context that he is giving himself blame in certain aspects, but it's a whole team that sucks right now. Isaac, go ahead.
It's a lot of everything. A lot.
I'm about to give this final take, and I got to bounce out. Basically, yeah, it does fall on Rodgers' shoulders because he's the captain of this ship. Anything that goes on the ship, it's on his watch. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So he's not absolved from any blame. And then I'm not saying that any of you guys are blaming him, specifically, but I'm just saying that he gets the blame because he's the captain of this ship. Whatever goes, he goes. And every level of football, every phase of football right now is failing. Especially, special teams been a bright side, but then they'll have their mess ups too. Amari Rodgers being back there, a hold that goes and gives the team back, some yards or all types of things going on. So there's things internally that's going on within all phases of football here, and nobody's absolved from that blame. It starts with Rodgers. That's the guy that they'll blame on every single other team. You know what I mean? If you have a star quarterback, everything, even the Broncos, everything's being
what
blamed
needs to
on Russell
happen?
Wilson.
What needs to happen is someone on the defensive one of the captains in the defense got to get balls enough, go with the fucking Rodgers, put his finger right in his face and say, hey, do your fucking job. Get some points on that fucking board. We're trying to hold back points.
I think what Isaac said is one of the biggest problems as Packers fans that we have. It all starts with Rodgers, right? So the sexy topic is that Rodgers is the reason we're losing, and I just don't agree with that. I don't think he's the reason that we're losing. I think there's a lot more. Yeah. Look, I think he's one of the reasons that we're losing, but I think there's a lot more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying my whole time is this. The thing is, though, everything that happens within a team is going to happen. Is going to be blamed on your quarterback.
Okay, he knew
every single media site is going to blame Rodgers.
In the offseason.
You know what I mean?
Losing the offseason. He didn't go there.
I'm saying Rodgers
throw some balls.
Yeah, I'm saying Rodgers is to blame, but he has to share the blame as well. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that's going on with this team, all three phases.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
It's just not all on Rodgers. All these penalties are not on Rodgers.
No, it's not all on Rodgers. No.
Can the panel agree right now that if Amari Rodgers doesn't fumble that ball, I actually think we smacked the shit out of them that whole game.
Rodgers is still top 10.
Was that not just an enormous wave of difference in the game, that moment that happened? Yeah. Now, look, Isaac, I know you got to go. Thank you for giving us your opinions and your thoughts. Thank you, bro.
Definitely. Have a good show, baby. Guys. Go Pack, go.
Go Pack, go, babe.
Next up, John Dorn. I know you turned your camera off, but you're up soon. Rob, you're up next on this topic.
Well, I mean, look,
the topic is, should Aaron Rodgers retire after this year? If not, then tell us why.
Absolutely not, man. There's no – look, man, the problems we're having can be fixed. It's not like this isn't out of the realm of everything. It's just it's falling apart because we're getting deeper in the season, and it's getting more hopeless. I mean, we all as Packer fans want to believe we can turn this around and be in the running for this. Deep down we hope so, but I can't put all the blame on Rodgers, but there is part of it to blame. And David, you mentioned his ego. This is the type of situation where a guy with his kind of ego should be be challenged by this. Okay, I got nobody to throw to, so I got to make somebody the next Devontae Adams. I got to pick me a guy, and I haven't seen Rodgers say, this is my guy. I mean, not with Lazard. Cobb maybe. Cobb's had a couple.
He did it with Dobbs until just this last game where he trusts him to have the ball in his hands, and he keeps dropping the fucking ball when we need to get a first down.
Yeah, well, I agree.
I would go to Tanya, go to somebody, man. Pick a guy and make an example and say, look, this guy can catch every pass I throw. Why can't the rest of you?
But would you disagree that Rodgers is trying to make Dobbs the guy and Dobbs keeps dropping the fucking ball?
I agree. Rodgers is trying to get this, and I understand his frustrations, but he's a goddamn pro, and he needs to check his ego, and he needs to step up to the challenge and say, okay, this is going to be tougher than we all thought. Let's pull up our fucking little big girl panties and fucking get it going, man.
Right.
Stop dicking around.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. Why don't go out there and get somebody?
I agree. I agree.
At least get him one reliable target.
But see, that just shows you they're not all in. Like they said they were. Oh, we're all in. I mean, you give the guy $150 million.
So John, you're up next. Give us your opinions. Go ahead. The mic is yours.
Part of me wants me to get a whole new quarterback because I'm sick of the same bullshit year after year. Fucking get so close and you don't. He's not seeing his receivers that are open. He just goes to the same guy that he wants to throw it to, and he'll force feed it. It's like Sammy Watkins was wide open when he hit Torrey, tried to hit Torrey, and he dropped it. Sammy Watkins is wide open. I mean, dude, come on now. I mean, it's not all on Rodgers though. I mean, it's people are dropping it. It's the same fucking running wrong routes, and it all adds up.
So John. You look, wide receivers are going to be open, and it's just natural that QBs aren't going to see every wide open person. But you kind of went into what we're talking about is the person he did throw it to for a good gain of yardage, right? Dropped the ball. So what is it that's going on then, man? Like,
we just need to run a damn ball more. I don't care if we need to fall back. We got to keep on
you
running.
think Rodgers needs to retire after this year?
I don't think he does. But we have to give him stuff around him. We can't. We have to get at least a true. We have like what Lazard? What is he? A number? He's not even a number 2 receiver. I think he's like a 3.
Yeah, he
we don't got a number 2 and number 1. Tell you the truth, we really don't.
We got rid of him.
Yeah.
So is it fair to say, fellas, that
and who's out there right now to get? No, you know what I mean? That
is it fair to say, guys, that maybe we'll suck this year, and then that's what's going to spark us to change our roster, get better, and Rodgers can still get us to the promised land after that?
Well, let me take your question about Rodgers retiring. What can we do now to keep Rodgers from retiring? Because honestly, bro, if we don't give him something, if you're him, do you want to play with this crap all the time? I mean,
no, you
he
need
doesn't
to go
want to
get
be on
him
a
a
rebuild.
receiver that is reliable.
He said in his own words, he does not want to play for a rebuild. And I'm starting to feel like we're in a rebuild right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's how
bro,
it feels.
and we shouldn't be. We shouldn't be, man. That's the thing. We shouldn't be.
We have a bad record.
50 million.
We've been losing bad games, but we do not have a bad roster. We don't. We just
we have
straight up don't have a bad roster.
$7.5 million right now to be able to spend this year to get somebody.
And that's what makes us look so bad is we got the talent, bro.
I don't think we should trade for
Everybody sees
anybody.
it. Everybody sees it.
I'm thinking Brandon Cooks, maybe Claypool for like a 4th or 5th rounder. Something in that ballpark.
Okay, guys. So let's pose the new topic, the new question. We'll start with Bill. What do we do from right now? We got the Bills. In my opinion, that's the best football team in the whole league. That's my opinion.
Right. Our best bet for this weekend is to duck our head and blend in with the Bear fans, bro.
But no. What I'm talking about is
Fuck
Bill.
that, Bill.
We're winning.
Here's the
Just
topic
blend in, guys.
discussion
Just
that I
blend
want.
in. Put your head down and blend in.
Here's the topic of discussion that I want to talk about. What do we do from here on out? Because the trade deadline is coming up. We have a whole lot of things that the Packers could do and not do. We can either tank or we can go for it. Bill, what is it that we do from right here on out?
We can't tank it. We got to go for it, buddy.
Yeah, there's no.
We got way too much talent to be wasting this year, man. That's what's pissing me off about them not making a move. Stop making your pockets tight and get somebody. Let's get this done. When we started the season, we were negative almost $50 million. Now we got 7.5 and everybody back, but a few pieces on the offense, you know?
So, Bill, I want you to take over as host. I'll be right back. Go ahead and go around the panel.
Like, I don't get
it. This is the topic of discussion. What is it that Green Bay does from here on out? How do we fix this, guys?
We need to get some receivers, man. It's simple as that. You know what I mean? We need at least one good target that's reliable for Rodgers. I really thought Sammy Watkins was going to be it, but he wasn't it. He can't stay
flashes,
healthy.
man. He's really showed flashes of that.
Yeah, but he's got it. But to me, everything is staying healthy. We need consistency.
I agree.
What we need is Hackett to get fired after this weekend and bring him back for offensive coordinator.
Yeah. What's his record looking like right now?
Yeah, but he's a good offensive coordinator. He sucks at being head coach, but I thought he was a good offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
There's just nobody out there that we could get right now that that's available that's going to make a difference. I just don't see it, man.
I could see giving a 4th rounder for Claypool.
They want more.
Yeah, but is he really any better than anybody we got right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so too. Yeah.
Yeah. I am totally against trading for somebody.
See, we can't.
I'll tell you why.
You can't think of the negative side. Like,
I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why, though, Bill.
Well, let me say this.
We got Gary. We got Jenkins. We don't have any safety signed next year.
Yeah.
And there's no guy out there that we're going to trade for that's going to put us over the top.
I know what you mean. But we just can't sit here with our hands tied behind our back.
And we don't have any salary cap next year, really. I mean, we're kind of all right, but not really.
Yeah.
If you trade for a guy on his rookie contract, you're going to have to pay that guy eventually, or what? You're just going to throw him away?
Yeah.
So right now, I'm totally against trading for somebody.
Well, I'd rather go with the picks on.
Goody said he wasn't going to take it. He wanted somebody on a rookie contract anyway, man. I mean, I don't know who's going to trade up a rookie.
We got so many things we got to pay next year, and our salary cap is not that great of a situation. And trading for another dude that you're going to have to pay again.
Right.
I mean, it's
Well,
just
no matter
another problem
who
you're at.
you're going to have to pay.
So what's
And
the
you don't
pick
know
for
if it's
this
going to
year?
work out this year.
Right.
I mean, I mean, DJ Moore would probably be the only guy I would take that would make me think that we might actually have a fucking chance this year.
You know, what about
ain't getting
Samuel
him.
from Washington? Curtis Samuel.
Yeah,
I'd take that guy. I would take that guy, man.
You guys wouldn't be open to Brandon Cooks?
no.
Brandon Cooks is like maybe he's old, man. That's the thing is.
I look at it this
haven't
way:
seen him.
Brandon Cooks will get us in the playoffs, maybe, but I mean, he won't win us no Super Bowl, and we'll just end up picking late. And we need to get. I'm kind of to the point where we need to get some early round picks. You know,
honestly,
we need some of that talent.
I wish we would have.
When is the deadline? When is the deadline?
Tuesday, November 1st. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're going to do something, it's got to be done right now, regardless.
Yeah.
It's got to be done right now.
Yesterday,
They're trying to save the season. We're a little under midway through. We need to get something done.
I think some of these teams are just waiting for the last minute to get the highest fucking bid and all that crap.
Well, who's out there who can make a run at? Honestly, who would you want?
Honestly, it really don't matter who goes from the NFC. Nobody is going to beat the Bills or the Patriots or the.
Who said Steelers were giving up Claypool for a fourth?
Yeah,
that's not even what they've been saying. Like, I don't even know where somebody heard
Mike,
that
the Bear
from.
fan, was just reading they want a second rounder.
I thought they wanted two second rounders.
Yeah, but our management thinks that second round picks are gold for some reason.
No, we just got to pick better. I mean, they are kind. I mean,
so let me express something to you guys, and then
I take gambles on fucking dudes that come from the fucking whatever fucking FCS he was in, whatever the fuck he was.
Washington.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking. I mean, I want the kid to win. I want, but man,
drop a lot easy.
Look, everyone, look.
How you guys feel about Goot now? I'm at the point where
can I answer that?
Not high on my list anymore.
I'm ready to turn on his ass because, dude, I mean, the Jordan Love.
You guys, everyone, let me say what I'm going to say real quick, and we can bounce off of this all we want. What if this year is a terrible, terrible year because of development? What if, hear me out, John Sullivan, don't say nothing. I'm getting to somewhere real quick. Thank you for joining the show, though. John Sullivan's an awesome guy. What's up, brother?
He's a homer. He's a homer, but he is a good guy.
What if this year
no comment.
What if this year is a horrible of a development year, and then next year is the projected year where we start kicking ass, where Aaron Rodgers has faith in now veteran type receivers? All of a sudden, we start doing something different next year. Our defense starts to show up because it's not on the field for 37 minutes in a game. Okay, that's ridiculous that the defense was on the field for 37 minutes last game. That's ridiculous. What if this year we have to suck for next year to be good? What if?
I mean, if you look at it, look at our problem.
We don't have
it's
to.
all in offense. We got rid of our fucking offensive coordinator, our offensive fucking coach, our offensive coordinator, and then we got two of our good receivers are gone. It's like you couldn't fix it in this offseason. It's like, come on, man, you know?
Okay, but what I'm getting at is, what if this year has to suck?
I'm all for
the next few years, they have to be great.
I'm all for
it. I'm all for
Does
it.
that
I'm
not make
100%
sense?
behind that.
Does that not kind of make sense to you guys? Where it's
I want to win every damn game, but I would be totally happy if we lost every
why
damn
it has
game.
to be that way.
Because we don't have anybody that we can trust this year.
We just said we got
working.
talent on our team right now.
100% agreed, but it's not working right now. What if we have to suck this year for next year to be great? Are you guys not on board with that?
Just smack Aaron Rodgers in the head.
You got 2 years left of if he can do something.
Okay, David Gray, the next 2 years are great. See what I'm saying? Like, what if we have to 2019 this year to have a 2020 and 2021 year? See what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this, Nick. Like my dad used to tell me, what if
went to the
it's in this
championship
hand
game
and shit in this hand and
2018.
see which one fills up first, man. If there's no freaking way that we're going to fucking I just cannot see us tank this year just a tank.
It's not
Just
tanking.
We got a tough schedule, man.
I don't
even
understand
think
how
we'll
it
have
makes
to
it
tank.
better next year. I don't understand how that makes it better.
I'm not talking about tanking though. That's
But
not what
you're
I'm
not going to
talking
play to lose.
That's
no.
not even on the table for me, man. I don't believe in that.
But I wouldn't even be mad if we had like a top 5 pick, dude. Hell yeah, I'd be happy as fucking hell. Top 5 pick every round. Shit. Sign
My
me up.
point
Bro,
is,
we had
guys,
2 first-round picks.
just-
We could have
what if
got
we
a great
suck-
one. We could
What
have
if
got a
we
great
suck
wide
this
receiver.
year? What if we just suck this year? And then we have to accept that. But it moves into a new year where we don't suck.
Okay, what about this weekend? We fucking beat the fucking Bills. Then what?
I think
we can. I don't know why you guys think we can't.
I
if
agree
we
with
beat
John
the
Dorn.
Bills this,
Oh, I
if we-
agree.
Any given Sunday, John Dorn,
Well,
but
if we beat
I
the
agree with
Bills
John.
this week, it's going to be the most mind-blowing,
Their backs are against the wall.
We're going to have
we
to
gotta
sit here on this
do
show.
defense
If we beat
that
the Bills
can
this week,
slow
if we
the
beat the
Bills
Bills
down,
this
not
week, we're
stop them, but slow them down. Our offense has got to fucking do something. Have to.
look, if we beat the Bills this week, we're gonna have to come on this show and figure everything out again because I don't know what to think anymore.
Actually,
if we beat the Bills
Bills, Rock Lockwood, the Eagles fan, said he will shave his head and his hair is down past his shoulders.
I don't
Am
know.
I
what to
right?
do.
Am I right, Sully? Did he or did he not say that?
He did say that.
I
So
don't
I'm gonna
know what
hold
to
him
do
it.
anymore. I don't know how I'm gonna express this. I don't know what we're gonna talk about if we beat the Bills because
Welcome to the show, Darcy.
we suck for 3 weeks and then we beat the Bills. Like, where do we go from here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to think.
We're gonna beat the
Well,
Bills. Then we're
Nick,
gonna
you're-
slap the shit out of the Lions.
Well, Nick
No.
Green, your quarterback's capable of doing it. It's
Yeah.
just everybody needs to click together. Just
then
hasn't
we'll be
happened.
above 500.
So John, would you not agree that
I'm sorry, John. I don't know.
you
man.
watch Aaron Rodgers play as a good quarterback and the rest of the team just fucks the whole game up?
Well, I don't know. I think with Watson back, if he's playing tomorrow, I'm not
Well,
sure.
yeah.
I'm at John Sullivan. Go ahead and give me your take because that's how I feel. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers is actually playing bad. I think that our team just fucks up a lot.
That's the case. They're not in sync with Aaron Rodgers. They're just not in sync with Aaron Rodgers. And I think Aaron Rodgers is getting frustrated.
Do you blame
it's
Aaron
showing.
Rodgers for saying what he said, where he said, Bill, I don't know if you have it, if you have the quote, but he said, well, the people that are not performing, they need
right.
less reps. Do you actually blame him for that? Because in my opinion, that feels like you're trying to be a leader. Like, if you're not performing, then get off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's what I
platform.
say. I go back to saying,
hold
if
on,
you're
hold
going
on.
to say something negative, say something positive too, man.
We're going to go around the horn, but John Sullivan, tell me what you think.
Well, if you can pull a rabbit shoe out you guys' rear end, that would be huge. I think it's possible with Aaron Rodgers. It would just really surprise me if everybody came to play and you guys can beat Buffalo. It's not impossible to beat Buffalo. It's not.
Yeah. Miami did.
Yeah. Miami's a good team, but look, they lost to us. They struggled against Pittsburgh. So
What's our record in Buffalo? Anybody know?
I think we're 0-6,
Pretty bad.
right?
Real bad. Real bad.
I think
Yeah,
we're
it was
0-6.
so bad I didn't even want to bring it
We
up.
got to turn it around, man. We got to turn it around.
but you have to remember,
Look, guys. Darcy joined the show as well. Thank you, Darcy, for joining the show. Why don't you tell us what you're looking at now? Look, Darcy is a Lions fan. John Sullivan, he's
No,
a
he's not.
Lions
No, he's
/ Bill.
He's not a Lions fan anymore.
Lions
I just want your honest Darcy. I don't want your troll opinions. I want your honest opinions. Tell me what it is that you're seeing.
Yeah, look at this guy. He's all ready, and he ain't even got
You're
his
muted.
mic on.
We can't hear you, Darcy. We can't hear you.
There we go.
Loser.
I'm waiting for the Benny Hill soundtrack to start playing, man.
Your mic's not
Darcy, we
working,
can't hear
Darcy.
you.
Come on, Coach Darcy, figure it out.
Hello.
Hey,
There we go. Darcy.
Thank you guys for having me on the Frozen Tundra Network. It's a major honor to be with so many knowledgeable guys like you guys. Today on Jim and Pat Moving the Chains, they have you going to the wild card and actually It was
Okay,
quite
but Darcy,
interesting
that's not what I
conversation.
wanna hear.
I got something here for you, Nicholas. So just have
I
let me have
want
my
you to
little
give
take.
us your honest opinions on what's going on and what you see. That's what I want.
What's going on and what I see is that it's going to be a tough battle to go into Buffalo and beat them because I think they're a Super Bowl contender. But you got to realize
I think they're Super Bowl favorites.
There's six teams that are 3-4 right now. So you guys are actually still in the wild card hunt. What do I think? Hello?
You're there.
So when you come into Detroit, you always beat us in Detroit. So if you come into Detroit and we give you guys a game, well, that's all right. Is everybody muted?
No,
we're listening.
No, we can hear you.
Okay.
We just want you to
We're
give
actually
us
respectful
your
of
honest
yourself.
thoughts.
No, I was just staring at
Give
Nick,
me
and
the
Nick was like, oh, yeah,
Darcy comes on here and immediately brings like basement level material.
Darcy, we want your honest thoughts. We want you to
He
tell
can't
us
even get his
what's
mic
going
working.
on from an outside perspective. I want you to
just
tell
kidding,
us
Darcy.
what is it that you're seeing, Darcy.
What I'm seeing is that Aaron Jones is a fucking great player. You have a great running attack, but your offensive line hasn't been playing very good up until last week. Your receivers,
Very true.
we've already talked about this, Nick. I told you what was going to happen back in in the preseason when I came on the show, and it turns out I was right, you slappies. But anyways, that's your problem.
I'm right where you about your Detroit Lions.
What was it that you were right about? Because
I said you were going to have an aging wide receiver corp and receivers that can't catch.
Hey, didn't I tell you that Dan
Man,
Campbell was
everybody said that,
fraud?
Darcy. You didn't come
How's
up with
that turning
that.
out for you?
Everybody said that.
Well,
Yeah, but
oldest
they're
guy
not
was
even
born the greatest
Everybody
till he
said
got fucking
that.
hurt.
Literally everybody said
And
that
then
about
when
it.
you talk about our
So-
offensive line, it's actually ranked number 4 right now, bro, in PFF.
Well, Darcy, I have to kind
Hey,
of disagree
Rob,
with you.
can I just address this, John
Hold on,
Sullivan?
hold on,
Can I
hold
just
on.
address
Hold
this?
on,
Bill
Darcy.
actually,
go
quick,
ahead,
Darcy.
Darcy.
Bill,
Hold
Bill
on,
said-
hold on. John Sullivan had a rebuttal to you, so John, go ahead.
I have to disagree with you. I just think that the receivers are not in sync with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Christian Watson, that dude can run. That dude's got some speed. Dobbs is another solid wide receiver. They need to get more chemistry with Aaron Rodgers. I think once that starts clicking, then they'll probably click on all cylinders.
All right, so Darcy, go ahead and rebuttal to that rebuttal.
So what has happened here is I've been talking to a couple Packer fans, and Bill is actually selling me these autographed balls by your running back for like $10, and Packer shares are going for like $50.
Hey,
Like, this is
Darcy,
freaking
those weren't
awesome.
autographed balls. Those were actually Alvin's balls.
But I do see
So
you
they were
guys
tiny
making a run.
balls.
No, Nick, thank you for having me on the show. But David, I hope you're feeling better. I really think you guys are going to make a run here, and I think sorry, John Sullivan, but you guys are going to go through a gauntlet right now, and the Packers are going to catch you.
What do you guys think about that?
Possible.
The Vikings have played 3 backup quarterbacks 3 weeks in a row, and now they got the Bills, the Cowboys, the Cardinals, the Giants, the Jets.
So
That's a possibility. I don't knock it out of the. It's possible. Yeah.
I think we better worry about our own offense getting going.
real
here
quick,
first,
why
Dwayne.
don't we get to the part that everyone wants us to get to? Let's start talking about, and I'm going to go with everyone, Darcy and John Sullivan as well. Let's go into. I've been posting a lot about how we have a chance. We can win this game. If Green Bay fixes the mistakes, if we can play mistake-free football, we can win the game. We can beat the Bills. So let's talk about Green Bay Packers versus Bills. Let's get our predictions out there, and then we'll move on to regular NFL
And
type.
everybody watching, tell us your predictions too in the comments. We'd like to see what everybody's thinking. Your honest opinion too. Don't hold back.
In the comments, tell us who you think's going to win. Let me be the first. Let me give my first opinion. I think we're going to lose about 34 to 17. I think we're going down, and they're going to double our score. That's me. I think the Bills are going to beat us. I think they're going to kick our ass, actually.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Struggles again. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be optimistic and I'm trying to be positive. I'm finding really hard pockets of where I can be optimistic, but I think next year is our year, not this year. So I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to let Bill, the Packer fan, my wonderful co-host, take over at this point.
I'm going to say it's like Nick said, it's going to be like 37-14. All I could really say as a Packer fan is, take advice like a Bear fan told me. Just duck your head and blend in. Don't be too loud. Don't be too quiet. Just blend in and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? This week's going to be a bad week for Green Bay for sure. I definitely think so. Anybody else want to have a stab at the prediction?
Yeah,
You're over there.
Well, let's go around the horn. Let's go to John Sullivan. You're next on the lineup. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, I might surprise you guys a little bit. I'd say 27-20 Green Bay. I think Aaron Rodgers can get his head out of his ass. The wide receivers can get their head out of their asses, and the defense is going to actually play good. So,
all right, John's on my good side again.
I like John Sullivan a lot.
You should come out next Friday.
I say this because your quarterback's capable of doing it. I mean,
yeah, but them receivers aren't. He can't throw it up and run down there and catch it. He might be able to.
But I do agree with John where he goes. I do agree with John where he goes. Like, look, your quarterback's capable of making this work. I agree with you.
I'll be honest with you. Buffalo, all you got to do is get Josh Allen out of rhythm, and that's it. That's it right there. I mean, Nick Green think that they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. I think Kansas City will actually beat them. One thing about Buffalo, they don't have a running attack.
They don't have a run game. They have no run game.
Right.
Josh Allen is their running back right there.
I do. That's true. I genuinely think that the Buffalo Bills are winning the Super Bowl this year. I really do. David Gray, you're up next on the block.
27-14 Bills. They're just too much.
I agree.
I don't think our defense will be that bad. I mean, they're giving up. They haven't given up 30 yet this year. I don't think. We
actually have the number one passing defense in the league by.
They don't run the ball. I mean, there is a chance we could squeak it out, but I just don't see this offense. I mean,
I don't think we can outscore them is the problem. We just can't.
Have you ever heard of the phrase that we always play to the level of our opponent?
Well, maybe Green Bay. Hopefully that's true because Green Bay was
John Dorn's like, that's what I'm talking about.
not just that, but also too. I mean, other than week one, where you guys were, a lot of people chose you guys to steamroll over Minnesota. I mean, that was kind of a surprise right there. That's true.
We got our ass whooped by Minnesota.
That is absolutely true. So now you guys are completely the underdogs, clear underdogs. So that might be the case where it's just like, fuck it, let's go out and shock everybody in football.
Minnesota,
so let's go around the horn. Darcy, you're
really like a 1-point spread.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about fans in general.
Absolutely. Like you got the number one defense, like Nick was saying there. You have the number one pass defense in passing. So with their crappy running attack, and you have Rashawn Gary, you have a solid freaking line. You got a solid box. Yeah. I could see you guys actually winning it. So my prediction for this game is 23 Packers, 20 Bills for an upset. And usually teams that come in are dome teams and stuff like that. You guys are used to playing in the elements. So it might be a little bit chilly. It might be, I think it's going to be right around the 65 range, but I got you winning 23-20.
I want Darcy and John Sullivan to be on the show more often, if I'm being honest.
they're just lying through their fucking teeth.
Well, no, here's the thing, right?
They're just lying through their fucking teeth.
Your defense is good, very good. It's just your offense.
Absolutely, they're
keep
number
your defense
one
off the field. That's the problem. So
passing,
just like Chicago,
has been on the field way too long. They're getting tired.
Can we all be honest? The mistakes we're losing because of mistakes.
Yeah.
You're dropping the ball on third down. You're dropping the ball on fourth down. You're making the dumbest. How many? It's 4 sacks now I can count that Rashawn Gary has been negated by stupid penalties. We have We have 2 touchdowns actually now taken back because of penalties. So let's go along the line. I'm not gonna take too much time venting. Rob, you're up next.
What's the question again?
I'll be right back, fellas. All right.
How bad is the Packers going to beat the Bills?
Packers Bills.
Oh,
What do you
all
see
right.
happening?
Man, I see a 2017. It could go either way, but I want the Packers to win. But I mean, the Bills are a tough team, man. They got a great defense like we do. I mean, and our offense certainly hasn't been playing anywhere near where it's capable of, but they can. I mean, Aaron Jones, I mean, I keep hoping this is the week they turn him loose and let him go. I mean, I want to see 4 touchdowns. I mean, I don't see it happening, but I mean, I'm going to say 2017 Bills.
So, okay. John Dorn is the last one to go, and he's sitting there stewing. He's just mad about all. Go ahead, John Dorn. The mic
all right. It's 48. Packers 48. Bills 3.
Okay, now give us your
what a sloppy.
Okay.
Have we scored 48 for the whole season?
17 to 13 Packers. It's going to be a defensive game. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going 17-13.
You really think 17-13 Packers? That's what you really feel in your gut?
Yeah. It's going to be a
if we shut down Diggs in the passing game, we got a shot.
You got to shut down the quarterback from running.
I think we're going to get steamrolled, if I'm being honest. Now that actually brings me into this next topic of conversation. Now, look, John Sullivan, Darcy, thank you guys for being on the show, but we're going to talk a little more Packers, and then we'll go more NFL after this, okay? This will be the last Packers topic. We're going to have a lot more topics. We're going to go more NFL, and you guys can talk more NFL with us. I want to talk about Quay Walker. Up and down. Up and down, up and down. But he has taken over Chris Barnes at this point. Quay Walker. It's actually a real – is he going to take over as our new big-time linebacker? Because he actually – I see – last week I said that he looked like he hadn't played football in years. That's what it looked like against the Jets. That's what he did. He sucked. This last game, actually, Quay Walker was better than pretty much everybody, if I'm being honest. Like, he looked like the bright spot. He was tackling people at the line of scrimmage. He was making the right reads. He was guarding receivers even and stopping them. Quay Walker was actually, in my opinion, our best defender last game. So, what do you guys think? I'm going to go around the panel with the Packers fans on this one, and then we'll go to NFL topics. Rob, what do you think, man? I'm not thinking bust. I'm thinking boom. Rob? Okay. Well, Rob just froze up.
I'll go, Nick.
All right, Dave, go ahead.
I think the potential's there. Obviously, I mean, he was picked in the first round for a reason. He's
wishy-washy.
He needs another year. He needs another year. He'll be all right.
But he's a rookie, so wishy-washy is not bad, right?
Right. He's playing decent.
Last game, he was actually like one of the highest-rated linebackers in the league.
Yeah. The Jets game was bad, though. He missed a lot of assignments there.
That's where people were.
It was good to see him turn. It was good to see him turn it around.
You're going to have that in rookies. I mean, look at Hutchinson. He has a good game. He has a bad game. He has a good game. He has a bad game.
Exactly why I'm calling it wishy-washy, because the Jets game, people were calling him out saying, I don't even know if you've ever played football before because you were just lost. But last game, you could argue he was our best defender last game. He looked that good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was at the bar watching the game, and it's a little different when you're watching at a bar. Like, I couldn't really get into it, but he looked pretty good last week.
He looked great last week. Rob, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So Dave, finish up whatever it is that you want to talk about.
No, I'm good. Go ahead, Rob. Well, Quay Walker was a topic.
Yeah.
Quay Walker, he was amazing this last week, but the week before he was getting called out saying that people don't even know if he's ever played football before.
He's just a rookie, bro. I mean, he's playing like a rookie. He's going to have these ups and downs. That's just how it is. I mean, no rookie comes in like knowing everything and playing every game 100%. So,
right.
I mean, it's rookie pains, it's growing pains. And I mean, he's got good guys to learn from. So, I mean, that's where his upside is. He's going to be taught how to play from some really good linebackers, man. So,
No,
I mean, his future's bright. Honestly, I think we should have took the 2 first-round picks and got us a goddamn wide receiver.
Exactly.
And this season,
AJ Brown, we could have got. I'm
right
just saying,
now.
AJ Brown, we could have got him. I'm just saying.
God damn it, man.
John Dorn, what do you think? Quay Walker, boom or bust?
Oh, I think he's a good player for us. I mean, we had to do something.
Taking over Chris Barnes, and Chris Barnes, in my opinion, is pretty good.
No, Barnes is pretty good, bro. He's solid. He's a solid guy.
We gave Campbell all that money, and now he ain't playing like he did last year. Campbell, he's got to step it up a little more.
So is Quay Walker, John? Is Quay Walker our new?
You just had a pick 6, John.
Well, yeah, but he's starting to pick it up. But first 6 games,
John, is Quay Walker our big new linebacker? Is that our future right there?
I think so. It has to be.
Is this Clay? Is he a starter or is he a backup?
He's a starter, actually. Technically, he's an inside linebacker starter.
Okay,
lots of hype preseason about him.
He's in that rotation anyway.
So then, hey, clearly Darcy and John Sullivan have some opinions about this. So Darcy, I want you to go first. Go ahead and tell me what you wanted to say.
Well, he was with the number 1 defense with Georgia. Like, damn, he played very well. And it's only his 7th game, guys. Like, you guys got to pump the brakes a little bit. He's just learning the scheme and everything like that. And there's a lot of great
break, man. Jeez.
What about Nagbe? Y'all like him?
He's been playing great. He really has.
He has.
Just spell his last name for me 5 times fast.
Enagbreui. I know how to spell it. Ask Greg Rice. I know how to spell it.
He's going to get a jersey.
John, you had something to say as well. Go ahead and tell us what you wanted to say.
Me or John Dorn?
No, John Sullivan.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, I don't know about the player that you're talking about.
Quay Walker.
Like I said, I don't know nothing about him. So
well, then never mind. Shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
So look, John, I actually want you to anchor this next topic I'm going to bring up. We're going to go into all NFL and all teams right now. Everything goes. Every topic goes. I want to start with John Sullivan. The Bucs just lost last night to the Ravens, and they are 3-5. Let's start with that. Go ahead.
Is it a surprise? I mean, Tom Brady's been winning all for so many years.
I think it is.
It's bound to happen.
I think it's a big surprise to everybody that they're losing.
It's a huge surprise, man. They got so much talent on that offense. I can't believe they look worse than us.
And they have one of the best defenses constructed. They have a great defense. Like, this is a big surprise to all of us.
Well, when you think about, I mean, okay, Tampa Bay, they've only been good since he's gotten back, since he's been in Tampa Bay. I mean, prior to that, I mean, they were.
Well, they also added all
defense
these
been good
pieces.
for a couple years, though, man.
Since he got back, they added a million pieces to the team, so it's not the same team as before.
Losing
right, but Tom Brady went through a divorce, and then now he's finally divorced. So, I mean, that plays a factor right there.
He gave up Giselle to be 3-5. I'm just saying.
And now Antonio Brown moved in.
Antonio Brown is posting about Tom Brady every fucking day.
I know he is.
But here's the thing. That is, we talked about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's the same. Look at Tom Brady. He's going through the same dilemma right now. They're not playing good. They're just not.
This is different.
Same thing with Detroit. They're not playing good.
Tom Brady has the resources to be good. That's the difference. Aaron Rodgers is going through a transition where we're not helping Aaron Rodgers right now.
No.
We have a bad
Give us Chris Godwin, see what we can do with that. Give us Chris Godwin.
Real quick, Darcy, I want to give you time, Darcy, to speak, because I know you always get undercut in many other shows. Darcy had something to say. Darcy, why don't you elaborate with the 3-5 Bucs right now, because this is a big topic in the NFL.
Well, it's all, every game is won in the trenches. You know this, Nick, Bill. You should know this too. And you guys had to actually shift around your offensive line because it was so right. But Tom Brady's offensive line is even worse. And then you sign Julio Jones. Why would you sign? I get it. And then did you watch the first game? They were doing jet suites with him and everything. Like he's an old man. It's
like they're forcing him into the offense.
That's the problem, right? And you got no Gronk, so they're trying to take what's the Minnesota's ex tight end? Rudolph. So they're trying to make Rudolph into the next Gronk. Like, come on. Like, I get it. You have a great, and they lost Shaq. He's an amazing linebacker.
Is he done for the season?
I don't know. He's out for a while. But
as far as Achilles, man, he's out.
He's out for the
bro,
he's
he
such a
done for his career.
Oh,
wow,
that's a shame. That's a total shame, man.
Yeah, I think he had 2 good offensive linemen go out for the season.
Yeah, their center and their left tackle.
Yeah.
Well, like I said,
you
Nick,
lose
you got to
something like
remember,
that, you're
Worse is out
can't
too.
win because it's a trench war game, and you don't have a good running back.
Yeah.
Well, it just proves, man. Every team is vulnerable to the injury, man. It comes up, man. Look out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Last year our offensive line played pretty damn good. I mean, then Bakhtiari comes back and our offense went to shit.
Yeah, we used up all our good shit last year,
and
man.
then they played better. Was it Bakhtiari? It's not really him. It's fucking Jenkins on playing the left guard.
hey, let's talk about the surprises, the Giants and Jets. I mean,
bro,
who would see that?
The Jets got a solid defense, bro. They're doing it off their defense. They're keeping their offense in it, man. They're a good team.
And the Seattle Seahawks in first place in the NFC West. Who would have saw this coming?
No, that's why you can't predict.
Off Geno's arm, man. Off Geno. Come on, man.
That's why you can't go through the schedule and say win, loss, win.
Yeah,
win.
but
You can't do that anymore.
Hey, but in all reality, Darcy, you
unless
did
you're a
all
Lions
off season, buddy, and now you guys only got 1 win.
Yeah, you said, we got an easy schedule.
That's what you kept saying. You were saying that you were going to win a division this year, and next year was the Super Bowl.
Frozen Tundra Network people, I have Packer shares for $75. Please hit my inbox.
They're also counterfeiting. The FBI has a warrant for his arrest.
Well, remember, I said the Vikings 9-8 on the Vikings show at the beginning of the season. This surprised me a little bit.
Hey, Darcy, is Dan Campbell going to be your coach next year?
I do think so. Yes.
You think so? No matter how the season goes, you think?
You know what? The cupboards were so bare in Detroit that 65% of our team are with first and second rounders. So
if a big name coach comes up, they pass on him to keep Campbell.
We're already paying Matt Patricia right now. He's already on our coaching staff. We're paying him like.
Well, that guy sucked.
So we're gonna have 2 coaches that are on our staff. We're paying. I never
was asking about Matt Patricia.
Dan Campbell is fucking horrible, man.
Terrible, man. So you're really stuck. You got fucked without getting kissed, pretty much.
Yeah.
Basically. So if we fire Dan Campbell, we'd be the third. We'd be paying 3 head coaches at one time.
That'll be like the Bears quarterback. How many quarterbacks have the Bears had in the last 10 years? Ridiculous.
You drafting a quarterback next year, Darcy?
He's hoping. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. I hope so. Yeah.
You must not watch his show, do you?
No.
Why didn't you guys draft a quarterback this year, man?
Because there was none.
Yeah. So let's get on to a new topic. Let's get on to a brand new topic. Look, we're going full blown NFL right now. Do you guys think that? Oh, here's a great person to chime in on this next topic.
How's Devontae Adams doing for you, bud?
Raider Nation.
Here's our next topic.
Devontae's doing good, man.
Do you guys think everyone? Let's get your opinions. Everybody in the comments, tell us what you think about this topic. Do you honestly think that the AFC is just way superior to the NFC? Are we all playing in the NFC just
this year for sure? This year for sure, bro.
So everybody tell me what you think. Are we playing in the NFC just to not win a Super Bowl, basically?
Yeah.
The AFC is just that much better than us, I guess.
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
Which team's the best team in the NFL right now? The Eagles.
The Bills.
In my opinion, the Bills are the best football team. I know
that Philadelphia plays Buffalo. They'll beat them.
In my opinion, the Bills as a whole, a construction of a football
Hey, we're going to beat the Bills this weekend, so don't worry about it, guys.
But even if we beat the Bills.
Can you send me that voice clip?
In my opinion, the Bills as a overall construct of a football team are the best football team in the NFL right now. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, John Sullivan, why don't you go ahead and tell me why you're shaking your head against that?
Well, they have a good running back, they have good wide receivers, and they have a really solid defense. They're just
Their quarterback's pretty good too,
and they have depth. They have depth too. They have depth.
But you're shaking your head no when I said that.
Yeah, because he's talking about the Eagles.
I'm talking about the Eagles.
The She-Goals. Hey, it's the She-Goals on this show.
Yeah, John Sullivan. You know how I see it? The Eagles get all the way to the playoffs and lose
agree
it
with me
one
then.
and done.
Sullivan,
Dude,
you agree with me then that the Bills are
Eagles,
the best overall constructed team in the NFL right now?
I think the Eagles are. I don't think the Bills
agree. I agree with that.
If
So
the Eagles,
I disagree with you in many ways on that aspect.
First
of all, Jalen Hurts is nowhere near as good as Josh Allen. It's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all,
the
Eagles don't have a receiver that could touch anywhere close to Stephon Diggs. They don't have. And second of all,
AJ Brown.
Third of all, this is now third of all. I actually think the Bills have a lot more playmakers on defense. I know on paper and statistically that the Bills are not as good as the Eagles defense this year, but I actually do think that they have better playmakers on defense than the Eagles do.
Hey, Bill, you need to get Rock on here next Friday. And let
I don't want
see exactly what he.
Dude, if the Eagles played the Bills, Jalen Hurts would throw 3 interceptions, dude.
I agree. I actually think that the Eagles are nowhere near. I'm not going to say nowhere near. What I'm saying is,
the Eagles are a good team, dude.
The Eagles are going to mop up the NFC and then lose to the AFC. That's how it's going to go down.
And the Bills
I don't even think the Eagles are going to be be the representative for the NFC. I think the NFC is wide open, dude.
I think the Cowboys actually have a shot with that defense. Holy cow!
I'll be honest with you guys.
Look, guys,
hold on. The Cowboys got a defense.
There is only one team that can stop the Bills, and I know that Joe knows what that team is.
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers.
No,
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
I love you, John.
Kansas City Chiefs are the only team in the NFL that can stop the Bills.
Don't try it when fucking Packers win. I'm telling you.
If the Green Bay Packers beat the Bills, I'm going to start agreeing with
alert.
you.
Woo!
If the Green Bay, hey, hold on. If the Green Bay Packers beat the Bills this week, I think Nick should snort a huge gagger line of wasabi on the show.
If the Green Bay Packers beat the Bills this week, I will literally, on this show, put a line of wasabi and snort it just like Steve-O. I will put that on record. Everybody
Remind
watching, me. If Green Bay Packers win against the Bills, I am going to snort a line of wasabi.
You're gonna
Bill, can you clip that?
Man.
That's got to be clipped.
Clip it, save it, do whatever you got to do with it. That's what I'm promising. Now,
go Pack, go.
Go Pack,
Go Pack, go.
Now look.
If for nothing else than to see Nick snort a line of wasabi.
I want to start shifting opinions. David Gray, you've heard everything that we're talking about. What do you feel about it?
What are you talking about? AFC
We're talking about
versus
full-blown NFL. The Bills are clearly the best overall team in the league. The Kansas City Chiefs are the only team that can stop them. The Eagles, in my opinion, are overrated.
So you don't think the Eagles are the best team?
I think the NFL.
I don't.
Pretty much, it's wide open, man. I mean, you got your couple good teams, and they're all in the AFC.
Yeah, I even got fucking the Detroit Lions going to come up and be in the playoffs yet.
Who do you think is the best team in the NFL, Dave?
The Bills.
Let me hold on. Let me ask you a question.
100% the Bills.
Hey, let me ask a question. For people who are saying that the Eagles are the best team in the league, if the Eagles were to play, if the Eagles were to play Kansas City tomorrow, who are you picking?
The Eagles.
I'm going.
You're picking the Eagles?
It depends
I'm
on
going
which
Kansas
stadium
City.
you're at, right?
I'm going.
Here's Rocco.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles because they haven't lost a game. So
real quick, John Dorn, you had a lot to say. Go ahead. Tell us what you think.
I think the Eagles. To tell you the truth, I mean, Bills are a good team. Don't get me wrong, but I think all around their offense. I mean, come on, they can run it, they can throw it, they can do anything they want. Bills,
Can't the Bills do that? Can't the Bills do that
they're
too?
they're one dimensional. They throw more balls. They don't really run the ball except for him. Illinois runs it.
Is Josh Allen not better than Jalen Hurts by a long shot?
I don't think so.
Miles.
But is
I mean, talent wise and throwing wise, yeah.
Is Devin Singletary better than Miles Sanders though?
Not running wise.
Man, I don't know about
Devin Singletary better than Miles
Almost
Sanders?
ask the Eagles fan.
Dude, I honestly think Josh Allen is putting himself this season. He's putting himself into that like Patrick Mahomes category, dude.
I agree with you. It's like Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen. I think
I thought Bill should have had it last
that
year.
too, but he's not like way above fucking
Bill's
Jalen
got
Hurts.
two
Jalen
last
Hurts
year.
playing pretty good this year.
He is, but I don't think Jalen Hurts has proved that he's deserving of that title though yet.
No, he's 6-0.
Okay,
I don't know. That
It's only been
defense
7
Eagles
weeks.
has a lot of depth.
Okay, and Daniel
Josh
Jones is
Allen,
5-1.
That's it.
Josh Allen is
Yeah,
proving
Josh
that
Allen's
he
better.
is.
Don't get me wrong. Josh Allen is better. Yeah.
Hey, but Daniel Jones is 5-1.
You gotta remember
Daniel Jones is not that
Dude,
good.
Saquon Barkley is just
No, but you get what
He
I'm
just
saying,
came-
right?
Yeah,
Like if
but
we're gonna
Daniel
say,
Jones
oh,
is doing it
Jalen
with
Hurts is so
nobody.
good.
He's doing
If
it
we're
with a team of nobodies, man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Literally
saying. Look, if we're gonna sit here and say, "Oh, Jalen Hurts is so good because they're 6-0," but Daniel Jones is 5-1, and he's got far less talent
He's
to
got
work
way
with.
less.
Kirk Cousins too. Kirk Cousins is 5-1, and he blows.
You
the
got
fucking ball.
Saquon. You know he's gonna run the ball, and he's still fucking beating
You're gonna
everybody.
say
up
that, Bill.
every
So
fucking game,
let's
dude.
do this. Let's do this. Rocco, thank you for joining the show. Do you have an opinion on what we're talking about?
Oh, he's just going to talk.
Absolutely, I got an opinion. I mean, Jalen Hurts, man, he's become a better quarterback because he's got more targets to throw to. Number one, he's got a number one that he can really believe in and rely on in AJ Brown.
I
He
feel like
already
his
believes in
receivers
the
aren't amazing other than AJ Brown. I feel like he has a very underwhelming supporting cast other than AJ Brown. If I'm being honest.
Well,
He's got good
well,
tight
what I
ends,
was
man.
saying is he already had a good rapport with Smith because they went to college together, and he was already feeling good with Dallas Goedert. Now that he's got AJ Brown, that's 3 targets now that he can go to on a solid basis, and he don't have to worry about nobody being able to beat him.
Okay.
On top
Plus,
of the
he's got
fact
good
that once
wheels.
he drops back, if he don't see any of those 3 targets open, which is very rare, he can run with the football, and nobody can really stop him when he decides to run.
But can Josh Allen not do that as well at a higher level?
I mean, Josh Allen has been able to do it. Josh Allen has done that as well. If you haven't been looking at Josh Allen,
Josh Allen is creating
defense.
Josh Allen is creating a whole new spectrum of being a great quarterback because he can do. How many times have we watched running quarterbacks not be good at passing? Right, that's what we've watched for the life of the NFL. Josh Allen is starting to prove to us that you can be a great running quarterback and also pass the ball better than most of the. This dude is
explain to me
insane.
what Jalen Hurts hasn't done that himself.
I don't think Jalen Hurts is a great passer. Just my opinion.
He's not bad. He's really not
short
bad.
arms the ball. He short arms the ball a
He's
lot.
throwing 67%. What do you want from him?
Do you think he's as good of a passer as Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, for example?
Yeah, talk about it.
I mean, in the system that he's in, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, bro.
No, I asked you a very simple question. Where do you think he's as good of a
Is he
passer
as
as
good
like?
as Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes? In his second year, he's proven that he can be and he will be. Yes.
He's short arms.
I mean, where is he not proving to me and proving everybody else that he can front run this team for a long time?
So let's go to Darcy because clearly, Darcy, you have multiple opinions about what's being
Hey,
said.
I want to know how John Dorn got an old dude in his background.
Hey, that's a Vikings fan, by the way. That's a fucking Vikings fan behind me.
I want Darcy.
I'm still trying to figure out how
front-run
Jalen
this
Hurts hasn't proven
rebuttal.
that he's just up there with them
Darcy,
guys
I
right
want
there
you
with
to
himself.
front run this rebuttal right here of what's being said.
Well, Josh, Josh Allen, I haven't watched too many Bills games. Sorry about that. I'm going to be going.
Come on, Darcy, the Bills fan. You
listen. I made that post because a former Detroit Lions wide receiver got me tickets to the Bills and Vikings.
But Darcy, you clearly have an opinion about what's going on with Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts short arms the ball. He is an athletic quarterback. He's just like Justin Fields. He's a one read kind of guy. Oh, sorry.
You're talking about Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a one kind of read guy.
Damn it. Got a backbeat somewhere.
Go ahead now.
Hello?
Yeah, there we go. Go ahead now.
Jalen Hurts is like a glorified Justin Fields. He's a one read kind of guy. He's got good feet. He's got good awareness, but he's not as good as Josh Allen. Come on. Like, give me a break. You watch the Green Bay Packers are going to go and steal this game. They're going to beat the fucking Lions. And who do you play after that? All of a sudden, you're fucking right back in there where Minnesota, sorry, Sully, but Minnesota's going to start tanking because they're not going to beat these fucking gauntlet of teams coming up. Talk about it.
You make like we're going to lose all the games, but we're not going to win them all, but I agree.
Yeah, but see, the problem is Darcy told us the Lions were going to beat the Cowboys. And how did that end up?
Exactly.
If they fucking listen to me.
Opinions are like assholes. They're all different. Some are big, some are small, some are smelly, some are
Coach
clean.
Darcy. Well, look, John Sullivan, Coach Darcy over here, Rob, John Dorn, everybody. There's no way you can compare Jalen Hurts to Josh Allen. There's just no way.
Josh Allen's played longer than Jalen Hurts, but
Josh Allen is taking quarterbacking to a different level right now.
Hey, Rock, you're muted because you have an echo. Just unmute yourself when you're ready to talk.
Can we all agree that Patrick Mahomes is clearly the best quarterback in the NFL, but Josh Allen is the one that's going to
Rocco, mute yourself, buddy.
There you go.
Josh Allen is clearly the quarterback that's going to challenge him for the beyond, right? Like, this is what's happening. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. I think we can all find a way to agree with.
You can't say that, Nicholas. You can't say that right now.
I think
it's AR-12 is the best fucking quarterback.
I disagree.
Are you trying to get Ronnie
ball spin, awareness, feet?
So anyways, Darcy, with your trolling, fuck you.
Anyways, I was going to say let him keep going so I can clip that shit, man.
I think we can all agree.
Already got a good clip.
Mahomes is the most talented and best quarterback in the league. I think we can all agree with that, right?
Jamila, bitch.
Anyways, can we all not also agree that Josh Allen is the quarterback that's going to challenge him for the next how many years, right?
I don't know. If you talk to Bear fans, they'll say Justin Fields be the best fucking quarterback.
Oh, yeah, I'm not talking about shitty quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's after they huff gas at the local mobile.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Nick. I think Josh Allen's going to remind me of John Elway a little bit. He's got good talent around him. He's got wide receiver weapons.
You think he's just going to fail a lot?
No.
Until later on in his
I'll
career.
say this, Terrell, when John Elway got Terrell Davis, that's when they won the Super Bowl.
True.
So,
but the second Super Bowl, I don't think they had Terrell Davis that Super Bowl.
Yes, they did.
Against the Atlanta
Falcons. Atlanta Falcons. Yes, he did.
Nick, if Josh keeps running like that, sooner or later he's going to have to fucking pay the piper.
Yep. I say the same thing, Darcy, week after week.
Running quarterback
never last.
It could be this weekend. It could be this weekend. It just takes a knee.
Could be this weekend.
What? What if Josh Allen is just that big and durable that it doesn't affect him?
Age is going to affect him. Keep doing what you're doing and see where you last at.
Aaron Rodgers used to be a running quarterback a while back.
Key word. used to be.
What's a Colts
He's not these
quarterback?
days, that's for sure.
I forget the Colts
I think
ex
if you're going to be a
quarterback.
good quarterback, you got to evolve into the passing quarterback that you need to be, less running as you get older. That's what you evolve into.
Right.
I mean, when you're young, you got to run shit. You're trying to make the squad.
But that's
you're doing
what Aaron
everything
Rodgers
you can
is
to make the
struggling
team.
with. That's what Aaron Rodgers is struggling with right now. He can't move outside the pocket the way he used to. He's 37 years old. He's going to be 38, and your offensive line basically kills him. Like, there's just no way, man.
Right.
It's not been good at all the last couple of weeks, man. To see him
I
running for his life.
don't fault Aaron Rodgers anymore when he sits there and holds the ball like that and goes and gets sacked. He can't move like that anymore. He's an old man.
Hey, look, man. You just throw the freaking ball away, man. Just throw it away, man. Don't take the sack.
Sometimes he gets hit so fast he can't even throw the ball away, though. Go ahead, Darcy.
I love funnies. I love your play call. Like I watch more Packer games than I've never watched Bill games. I don't watch NFC
Packer
or AFC.
Darcy.
No, I do, because you know what? You want to take out the best team in the league. First of all, you got to win the division, right? So I haven't really been watching Chicago's game. I don't understand how.
I don't think many people watch them.
If you want to watch the ugliest football you've ever watched, then watch the Bears. It's so fucking awful.
Nick, I think you guys are going to make a run here. You got the lonely Lions, or the shitty kitties, as everybody says, right? If you beat Buffalo, you beat the shitty kitties. Who do you play next?
I think after that we play.
We got Philly, Dallas.
The Dallas Cowboys.
At home.
We got the Cowboys after
at home.
But weather becomes a huge home field advantage for you guys. After Thanksgiving, you win all your games. It's every year you're gonna fucking go on that.
That's not true. That's not even true anymore, man.
Yeah,
unless it's San Fran.
Yeah, they're not even doing good this year. It's
Wait
like,
a
wow.
minute. Let's go into this. I like the verbiage that you gave. I want to go into why is it that the Detroit Lions are better than they were last year, but they're actually playing worse? What is happening, guys?
It's the same team, man. It's the same team, bro.
Why are the Lions not winning games?
The coach.
You ever heard the phrase, you could polish a turd, but it's still a turd?
Darcy, come back,
It's just
Darcy.
More of the same.
I genuinely want to figure out, first of all, the Lions are clearly they're not a bad roster either. It's not a bad roster. They have winning components of their team. John Sullivan, I seen you wanting to say something. Go ahead and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Well, my thoughts wasn't on this. It definitely wasn't on this. It was about the Super Bowl. That was what I was going to say. But to what Bill said, he said it hit on the nails. Just like it's the coaching.
Yeah.
They don't do anything different. They do the same thing.
That's why Darcy's retired now.
Those player coaches only get you so far, man. You got to have something. You got to have a pedigree.
Did they break a
record? You have to have.
Did they break a record on?
I don't think it's
fourth down.
So is it all motivation and no schematics? Is that what's happening? Like you're not actually on the field. Like the coach is not winning the games on the field, but you're getting the players pumped for the game. Like
Matt
LaFleur, hate him or like him, his first 3 seasons when they needed to make adjustments, they made the adjustments.
But not this year.
Dave Campbell,
our adjustments have not existed this year.
Well, I think that's LaFleur's. That's where his cockiness comes in, man. Where he doesn't want to see that. He thinks he's too good for it, man.
But I'm giving you an example. I mean, Dave Campbell, does he really make adjustments? Does he change the plan during the game? Not really. No.
I think he doesn't know what he's doing.
And plus another thing too, he doesn't know when to go for it on fourth down and when not to go for it on fourth down. I mean, he was like 0-6. He made a.
There's literally memes about Dan Campbell right now. Oh, it's fourth down, just go for it. Like he blindly just go for it. Like
he's just eeny, meeny, miny, mowing it.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, did you get that voice clip of Darcy saying he watches Packers games?
No, I won't get a clip of that though.
You better.
So since Darcy decided to bow out for a second, let's go on to this next topic where, look, I'll be perfectly honest. I'll start with it. Vikings, are they real or are they just skating by? I think that they are for real in certain aspects, but
good joke.
I do think that you guys are very underwhelmingly winning games. Like, it doesn't look good, but you'll win the game, and it's like how because Green
that's
Bay.
how we got our first 13-3 season, was just like
Green
that.
Bay, exactly. Green Bay has done this for many years where we keep winning games, yeah, but we're not winning games in the ways that we want to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So John Sullivan, do you have concerns? Because I know you guys are 5-1, but there's a lot of issues. Like, even when you win.
Saved by a double doink.
we give up big plays. We give up a lot of yards. We give up a lot of yards, but we do make stops. But still, it's not good for the defense. Our run defense isn't that great. We could be better in that.
Your run game isn't that great. Your O-line is.
What is up with Dalvin Cook? Why,
corners are trash.
Dude? Your run game sucks this year.
Dude, your water boys.
I wouldn't say it sucks. We're
I'm
just
not being an asshole. I'm not trying to troll. I'm saying it's
I'm
not
trying
good
to be an
this
asshole.
year. Like why?
But for the most part, we run. We're more of a pass than run, so it's a lot different this year. We're passing the ball first.
But Dalvin Cook has like less. It's like 2.9 yards per carry or something like that.
I agree, but he's not touching the ball as much. He used to touch the ball 25, 30 times a game. He's only touching the ball 15 to 20 times a game.
Effectively when he gets the ball.
Yeah, Sully, he is not running effectively, bro.
I agree.
In fact,
like
Madison is actually better than Cook.
I agree, Nick.
Defenses play. They play the Dalvin Cook. They're
3.1
not
yards
playing
per
the Madison, so Madison's going to get more yardage.
But we're asking you what's wrong. Like clearly it's not clicking all the way right now.
Down to the coaching.
Well, I think what it is. I think what it is sometimes we're passing first, running second, and sometimes you have to run first, pass second. I think that Kevin O'Connell needs to understand that.
Can you say that backwards 3 times?
I think it's just, hey, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes, man. And you just got to take the wins when they come.
Well,
you guys are winning out. That's what you got to keep doing. If you want to take, I mean, all you
win to win, man.
We are a better team this year, I will say. But to say that we're pretenders, I won't say that. To say that we are elite, I'm not going to say that either.
Hey, Nick,
let me ask you this, Sully. Are you better as a team, or is the NFC North as a whole worse?
Holy shit. Good question, bro. Because we suck.
So does the Bears, so does the Lions.
Yeah, it's just like
and the Vikings are beating bad teams by the skin of their teeth.
Beating backup quarterbacks.
But remember, a year ago we were losing these games, so it's the other way around.
And I agree with you. Hey, just like Rob said, win the games that you got to win. It doesn't matter how you win. But
that's true. A W is a W, whether you win by 1
but
or
you got to be concerned because when the playoffs come up, you go, are we actually winning games? Or
Sully is definitely concerned. You can see it in his eyes, bro. Like,
well, I'll say this. I would rather get the bad games out of our system, and then if we make the playoffs, go into the playoffs playing good and getting hot.
On a hot streak, like be playing good. I get that.
After we beat the Bills, I think we're going to go on a run streak and we'll go right into the playoffs. We're going to be hot.
I think
said we're
possible.
What was that, Gibb Senior? Gibb Senior, what was that?
Eagles have nothing on us. Nothing.
So Darcy, now that you're here, we actually had a really good topic and you bounced out.
Oh, I had to go to the washroom. Sorry.
Oh, you got to hold that in. You're under contract, buddy.
Darcy, we had a topic, Darcy, where the Lions clearly have a better roster this year, and they're clearly better this year. Like, I don't think any of us disputes that. But
did you hear Nick's voice crack when he said that?
Yeah, he's having one of those.
It was hard for him to say that. It was very hard.
But you guys are losing damn near every game. What the fuck is wrong with the Lions? Because it shouldn't be this bad.
Yeah, I
agree. The cupboard, Nick, it's a simple question. The cupboards are bare. We got raped. We got bamboozled. We are basically the Patriots practice squad.
What?
Oh yeah, we lost all our freaking talent. Or
do you
we
not
signed
blame your
Patriots
coach in
talent?
any way? We all
Where did they all go?
Where did they go? Your coach is not a good coach, and that's what the panel agrees with.
Where did they go from
Bill,
the offseason?
Bill,
man?
can you clip that? Because if you lose to the Lions next week, I'd love to have that clip.
Okay, but Darcy, give me your honest opinion. Your coach is not a schematic great coach. He's a good innovator. He's a good motivator, but other than that, he's
good
not
at
a
keeping
good.
the water bottlers full.
He's not a good head coach.
He loves going in and 4th downs. Doesn't matter where the fucking ball's at.
I'm telling you, man.
If you brought your practice squad out last year to a 3-win team,
I've watched Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy go to the playoffs with practice squad players.
If you bring a practice squad to a 3-win team last year or 2.5-win team when you played him, why couldn't you beat him then? If he's such a horrible coach,
what's it got?
We said
are you talking about the end of last season?
We have.
Yeah, I think talking about
Aaron Rodgers was tearing the
didn't mean
defense up.
anything to us.
And
if he's such a bad coach, why couldn't you beat him?
Darcy,
I was asking you a play out of his book.
Darcy, I was asking you a real question, and you just went full blown, just ridiculousness.
And then he got
but Nick, it's the same answer for both questions, man. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I agree. Your coach is not a good NFL
That is your
head
first
coach.
fucking warning. Yeah, baby. Listen. Here, I'll give you a good take. Fucking take this one here, bitch. Okay. Listen, the cupboards are fucking bare in Detroit. Like Fatty, Matty, Patty fucked us for fucking years to come. Like fuck,
How?
you lost all these. You lost fucking. Oh, you lost.
Your new coach has not helped you. You have not gotten better.
How can he
over
not
the
help
years?
him? We were a 3.5-win team. We were up 10 points on the fucking.
What's your record right now? What's your record right now?
How many top 10
It's going to be
draft
okay.
picks have you had
The record
last
when we
10
play you, after we play you, we're going to be 3-5.
What's your record right now? It's 1-5, right?
It's going to be 3-5. That's number 2. That did it.
It went from a 5-win team down to a 3-win team down to a 1-win team.
After next weekend, we're going to be 3-5.
Your coach is not helping you win games. You have a bad coach right now. I don't know how you can't agree with that. You have a bad coach right now. He's not helping you.
How's your coach doing?
Look.
You got
It's not even close.
At least we can sit here and admit that LaFleur has
not even close.
Here,
right?
listen,
At
we
least
beat
we
the
can
Commanders.
admit that LaFleur is not helping us
We
win
beat the
games this year.
Commanders. We
You
beat the
can't do the
Commanders.
same. You can't.
Yeah,
do the
that's
same.
the only team you did beat.
We beat the Commanders. How do you
LaFleur,
beat the Commanders?
LaFleur is not a good coach this year right
This
now.
episode was brought to you by Darcy.
Darcy reminds me of a porn star because whenever he talks, all you hear is.
I got a lot of clips. Oh, here we go. Okay. How
Darcy,
are you doing?
Can you
Did
not
beat
admit that
did you
your
beat the
coach
Commanders?
is,
We
Can
beat the
you not
Commanders.
admit that your coach is not helping you win games? He's not a good coach. He's not.
We'll talk next weekend, bro. Love you.
It's such. It's God.
He's wishy-washy. He's like a politician.
like. Oh my God! And then he leaves. So Rob, John Dorn, Bill, the motherfucking Packer fan. We can all admit that LaFleur has not been a good coach this year. At
No,
least
he
we can
hasn't
admit that.
been a good coach. No.
Yeah.
He has not been a good head coach this
But
year.
might I add, he's not been a good head coach this year, like Darcy has not been a good Detroit Lion fans because he's been jumping
Exactly.
ship the week.
Put that clip on again where he's a porn star.
Okay, I got you.
Darcy reminds me of a porn star because whenever he talks, all you hear is.
Well said, Nick. Well said, buddy. Well said.
He's true.
That is your
John
first fucking
Sullivan.
warning.
John Sullivan, unmute yourself. Do you think Dan Campbell's a good coach? Because we don't.
No, everything he said is absolutely true. He's a good motivator. People play hard for him, but he just doesn't have the plan. He doesn't have the formula to do it.
I'm telling you,
he's got a good,
he doesn't know what
he's got a good formula for 2-3 quarters, and then the last quarter it just goes downhill, and it's a repeat cycle over and over and over. So
I think you can be a great motivator and also be a bad coach. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, you could be a good coach and also a bad coach. He clearly doesn't know what the fuck he's doing when they're playing on the field, but he motivates his guys. I'm starting to realize that he's not motivating anybody recently. I think
No, he's making them stop. He's making them cry.
He's trying to make the losses easier. That's it, bro.
Yeah, he's making them suffer, crying now.
So damage control doesn't
Big
make you
time.
a good coach.
Yeah.
And to answer your question about Matt LaFleur, I think 13-3 and 13-4 in 3 seasons. Name a coach that's done that.
Yeah.
That's why he's
First
sucking
3
this year.
years too, not even just 3 years. His first 3.
But wait,
His
guys.
first 3, right? Yeah.
Right. So.
A lot of it, in my opinion, breaks down to you also had Aaron, just like Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, in my opinion, is not a great coach. Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre carried your ass for so many years.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at what he's doing with Dallas. I get that Cooper Rush. Look, on this show, I'm going to say live, I actually like watching Cooper Rush win games. I don't know what it is, but I like watching the guy beat other teams. I think it's funny to watch him beat other teams. I'm sorry, Mike McCarthy, you're not a good head coach. You're just not. You've been carried for so many years. I think LaFleur, I think you could find arguments that LaFleur's been carried too by good teams.
Right.
But you can say the same thing about Bill Belichick in New England.
No, because Bill Belichick makes it, even though he has a bad team, he makes it hard to beat that team, though.
Yeah.
He actually, Bill Belichick schematically, like on the field, he knows his X's and O's clearly.
But the whole thing is he had Tom Brady for all those years, and then once Tom
True.
Brady left, I mean, they weren't.
But he also took Drew
terrible,
Bledsoe
but they weren't
to the Super Bowl. He also took Drew Bledsoe to the Super Bowl, though.
I mean, Mike Tomlinson's actually a good primary example of,
He's a great coach. Mike.
Yeah, I was going to say he's a great coach. Yeah,
great coach.
Yep, he lost Ben Roethlisberger, and he coached.
So is Dan Campbell.
Very
I think
good.
Dan Campbell's a damn good coach too.
Dan Campbell's just
he
just doesn't know.
But understand one thing: teams go through slumps, and that's what the Packers are going through, and that's what the Bucs are going through right now. It happens.
The Bucs are going through a big
Since Joe's back, did you see the Raiders be in this? But I thought the Raiders would be a lot better than they are.
Can we also admit that John Harbaugh is also one of those other amazing coaches? Look at what he's doing. He still stays relevant and wins games no matter. John Harbaugh figures out ways to stay relevant. Like, he really does. Jim Harbaugh, on the other hand,
well, they got some good talent in Baltimore. They keep bringing talent in. That helps, man.
John Harbaugh, I feel like, is one of the big advocates of bringing talent in as well, though.
Give Aaron Rodgers a Mark Andrews.
I wish we would have traded for Hollywood Brown. Like, I would have loved to have him. Bro, we need to trade for somebody.
There was so many guys we could have got, man. So many people we could have.
AJ Brown got traded for a second-round fucking pick.
But he wanted to go
AJ Brown.
Green Bay should have made a trade for Deebo Samuels. That would have been good. That would have been huge.
We had the opportunity, but you know what? Does this not go back to, like, look, I don't blame Aaron Rodgers. A lot of it has to do with our supporting cast. And you know where our supporting cast goes to? It falls on our management. Management in Green Bay hasn't been good for a very long time. Since what? Ron Wolf, right? I'm just saying, Ron Wolf at least made moves.
And then when they do go after a free agent, they lowball so bad. It's like,
I think Ted Thompson cursed us. Like, that motherfucker, he's dead now. Hey, rest in peace. Like, but Ted Thompson cursed us, like, for real.
Hey,
We've
Bill,
had bad management for a long time. Ron Wolf was the last manager that we had that actually did shit.
What did I say?
The difference.
Well, hey, Goody started out all right. Goody really did start out
okay,
decent.
but recently, Goody.
But recently, honestly, bro, I go back to this draft because we had 2 first-round picks. We got for Devontae. We should have got something to replace Devontae. We would not be where we're at right now.
We had two first, 2 seconds. It's like, what the hell? I mean,
the Eagles got AJ Brown for a second and a fourth.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we do that?
I understand. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, why? Why?
We always reach out for those guys. It's going to take a year, 2 or 3 years before they develop. We don't got time for that crap. We don't.
All the years we won Super Bowls, we went and got a star free agent. We got Reggie White in '90. We
Charles
got
Woodson.
Charles Woodson. I mean, bro, you gotta go. You gotta find somebody to come in and help with what you got.
I'm willing to bet that John Sullivan, even as a Vikings fan, would agree with this. Romeo Doubs is going to be a really good receiver at some point. Romeo Doubs actually is going to be really fucking good.
Can you imagine if you guys had if you still had Devontae Adams right now to really guide him and guide him through as a receiver developing? I mean, Justin Jefferson had Adam Thielen to help him, grow.
I think Romeo Doubs is doing it on his own, but I think you see where Romeo Doubs, you watch him and you go, he's going to be pretty fucking good. Like, what?
He drops too many balls. I don't see it.
What?
I don't see it. He drops too many balls.
Devontae dropped a lot of balls.
So did Devontae Adams. So did Jordy Nelson. So did James Jones their first years.
It's being a rookie, man. That's what it is. You got to drop balls before you learn how to catch them, man.
I want to see Torrey out there and see what he does.
Let's go to Joe, the Raiders fan. Do you not see that Romeo Doubs is clearly going to be that next, really good Packers wide receiver? He has all the tools. He clearly checks all the boxes for me, anyways.
He's the best receiver on your team right now for sure. And I think the talent is there, the potential is there. He does drop a lot of balls, but he's a rookie, so I give him a pass for that myself.
Devontae Adams had a 60% catch rate when he
they called him Drop Vontae.
Drop Vontae was his name.
So I say give him time, but I definitely could see him turning into I'm not gonna say I wouldn't put him, even potential wise, I wouldn't put him in the same category as a Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase or something like that. But I definitely think that he's going to be he could be a serviceable one. He could be he could be a number one wide receiver. I'll say that.
So after you just said that, let's throw out Christian Watson, who I fucking. Let's just throw out there, Packers fans, that Christian Watson, I really, really loathe you at this point.
I just hate the fact he's not playing, man. I mean,
fuck I don't give a fuck what his problems are right now. You are not playing football for us. You're not helping us, and you just I'm trying not to be negative, but at the same time, I'm getting irritated saying his name because
he's gonna have over 100 yards tomorrow. He's gonna be fucking 2 touchdowns tomorrow. Watch.
Well, I hope to. Well,
on Sunday. You want to think
Sunday, not tomorrow, but Sunday.
I hope he is, because honestly, man, I mean, there's how many wide receivers we got in the game?
Exactly. Well,
he got no choice to be. He's got to.
We all agree that Christian Watson is, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I think a lot of people agree with me.
Don't say it, Nick.
Just so far this year, bust.
No, Nick, that's the curse word. Do not say bust. He's not a bust yet. You got to give him
a bust yet, but so far.
So is Tupik Williams a bust too then, or what?
He's. Oh God, I don't even like talking about him because it irritates me so much. Romeo Doubs is going to be our next best receiver. He's going to be great. Christian Watson, I wouldn't doubt it if he's out of the league in the next few years.
Honestly, we need more than Dobbs to step up. We need more than one receiver. We got to have a couple of these guys step up this year.
I want to see Watson actually get on the field and stay on the field.
I said this in the comments before I actually came on the show, but with the Raiders offense kind of taking off the way it has, and with the running game being the way it is, and Devontae playing as well as he is, and we still have Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller has kind of become expendable for us. So honestly, I think the Packers should make an offer before the trade deadline.
I wish we would have got him in the trade for Devontae, bro. We could have swapped.
I think we tried.
But the rules wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
Man.
But you could still get him before the trade deadline. I mean, I'm sure that if the price was right, the Raiders would move on, and he would help your team, and we could use the draft capital. But I just let's be honest, he's top 3 or 4, minimum top 5 at his position. So Like he wouldn't come
My
cheap.
only concern with Waller is he's starting to become an injury problem.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. But like, it might not make sense for the Raiders. Like, are they going to come off him for a third or a fourth round pick? If they do, they're getting robbed. But at the same time, are the Packers going to come off a first or a second round pick with his injury history? I don't know. I don't think so. They'd be getting robbed, right? So it's like, that's what I'm saying. The numbers just might not make sense. Because honestly, a healthy Darren Waller, in my opinion, is worth a first round pick.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
He's worth it.
His first couple seasons were badass.
And imagine Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball, dude. Like, honestly,
he would definitely make our red zone target.
Put it this way, dude. Right now, with the way the Packers are playing, and with the season on the line, if it's me, if I'm your GM, I go ahead and if the Raiders want a first round pick, I go ahead and I give it up, because Rodgers, you only have him for so long, and if you guys don't win this year, I firmly believe it's about 90% Aaron Rodgers retires at the end of the year. Like, I firmly believe that he's not going to stick around for that, dude. Like, he's already. I mean, you can already see the cracks in the arm.
It depends on how the season goes, man.
That's what I'm saying. If you guys end up not making the playoffs or having a losing record, I think Aaron Rodgers is out of there, dude. I really do.
There's a high percentage chance that happens. That's for sure.
And so I think look, put it this way. I think it makes a lot of sense for the Packers to offer the Raiders whatever they're wanting, as long as it's reasonable, whatever they're wanting, to get Waller in there, because Waller is hands down, he'll come in there and he'll be the best receiver on your team. Even as a tight end, he'll automatically be better than anybody you've got in that room right now.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I think Rodgers, it would show Rodgers that you guys are dedicated to winning now and that you're not just packing it in, dude. Like, you might, if you get Waller, you might be able to convince Rodgers to stay on,
I kind of agree with you, and I kind of disagree with you a little bit. If they have a losing record, I don't think he retire. I think he only maybe would retire at the end of the year, depending how they do in the draft and how they do in the free agency market. If they don't do nothing,
he's got to give up that money if he quits. He's got to give up that money if he goes.
Yeah,
but he's already got
if they do
$200
something in the
million.
draft and the free agency,
that's still a lot of money to walk away
then
from.
He'll stay. If they don't do anything, he probably could leave. I could see that happening.
Yeah, no, and you make a reasonable, it's a reasonable take, and I think it would be smart on his part to see what they do, at least in the draft. But I think they could show Aaron Rodgers a lot by going, because the whole mantra this year was, you guys are all in, you want to win now, right? And then you did what you did in the draft, which has not really panned out as well as you would have hoped. So I think getting a player like Waller, even if it costs you a first round pick, I think Aaron Rodgers is all for that, because he's not going to be around very much longer, and the window is closing, I think.
There are certain parts of that I just kind of disagree with, because I think that we have hit really good parts of the draft that we had. Quay Walker, for one, I know.
But I was talking about offensively, Nick. I'm talking about the receivers that you took with the Devontae picks. Dobbs looks good, but Watson really hasn't panned out.
Dobbs is a steal. Let's be honest.
He's a steal, but he looks like a steal. But
Watson
hasn't panned out.
I don't want to talk about Watson. It's gonna make me stop the podcast and shut it all down and just tell everyone.
But Nick, what do you think about? Like I said, what do you think about if the Packers were to make the Raiders an offer on Waller before the trade deadline?
I don't think that Waller's going to help fix our problems. That's
you don't think he's going to make your offense better?
That's not what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to fix our problems. I think what's going to fix our problems is getting better depth for the offensive line, because Aaron Rodgers, when he has time to throw the ball, he's one of the most accurate QBs, if you go look at the stats, in the whole league. When he has time to throw the ball, he's not doing a bad job. Darren Waller would definitely help the offense, but he can't block. So it wouldn't help in the ways that we're struggling. See what I'm saying?
Well, but at the same time, you could run 12 personnel and you could keep Tanyan in there to block, and then you'd still have Waller
so
on
now
route.
you're asking Matt LaFleur to change his whole entire game plan. Matt
Is it
LaFleur
so you guys never run 12 personnel?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we don't utilize the tight end in our packages nearly as much as like per se the Raiders do. You guys run more of a spread type, sling the ball type offense right now. The Green Bay Packers are a very RPO play action type offense, and we run our bread and butter off of that.
But is it working right now?
See, the problem is
sometimes you got to make a change if something's not working.
The only reason why it's not working is because we're not catching the fucking ball and the offensive line is not blocking. So is Darren Waller going to help block for the offensive line? And is he going to help yes, he'll catch the ball, but we don't it's not that type of offense. I don't think that it would be as big of an impact as you're thinking it would be.
Okay, well, I kind of disagree with that, but it's not a crazy take. Like I can understand where you're coming from, but I just think that you're underestimating. I think that you're underestimating how much of
Darren Waller is possibly the worst blocking tight end in the whole league.
But he's definitely top 4 in receiving tight ends. So
and that's amazing, but that's not the
offense. And that's kind of what
run, though.
But that's kind of, dude. If Matt LaFleur is a good coach, then he would realize that sometimes if things aren't working,
so you're
you got to change things
on
up.
Matt LaFleur being a good coach. I think that we've kind of found out this year that maybe Matt LaFleur is not the greatest coach, and Aaron Rodgers has been kind of carrying his ass. Like,
I think Matt LaFleur is a good coach, and I wasn't saying that to say that he wasn't a good coach. What I was saying is, if he's a good coach, then good coaches realize that if something is not working, sometimes you need to change something. I'm not saying to change up your entire offense for the entire season. I'm saying that there are certain packages that you can install. There are certain, like it's just like with an individual game. Okay, if you're playing against let's say the Kansas City Chiefs, right? You're going to game plan for Travis Kelce. So you're going to double him, right? Because you have to. So it's the same kind of deal. Like for an offensive game plan, like change certain aspects of your game, like to get Waller involved.
I think we all agree.
I think it would be absolutely smart.
You're asking Kyle Shanahan to revisit the Super Bowl is what you're doing. Kyle Shanahan, because Kyle Shanahan doesn't change who he is. Kyle Shanahan doesn't stop.
But Matt LaFleur is not Kyle Shanahan.
And Matt LaFleur may have been carried for many years, and he's not good at adjustments.
Maybe so.
Just like Kyle Shanahan.
I kind of think that's how we'll find out.
You can say anything you want to Kyle Shanahan, but he's going to always fuck up at the end. Do you see where I'm getting at?
So are you saying that they're the same kind of coach?
I think Matt LaFleur might not be as good of a coach as we thought he was. I'm starting to genuinely think that Aaron Rodgers and a good roster kind of carried Matt LaFleur for these last few years.
Well, I'll tell you what. I kind of feel.
Hold on, real quick, Joe. John, you look like you're really chomping at the bits. Go ahead.
Well, you're talking about Matt LaFleur not being a good coach. I disagree.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
not as good of a coach as you claim him to be. Yes.
The possibility exists right now that maybe Matt LaFleur got carried for the last few years. That's just an assumption.
And I don't completely disagree with that take.
But
then
go
you
on,
could say
Sean.
the same thing about Davante Adams, though.
You could, except that Davante's actually he's picked it up over the last few weeks, and he's actually playing pretty well. There's got like 6 touchdowns.
With Davante Adams on the Raiders, it's not Davante Adams. The Raiders are fucking up on their own accord. It has nothing to do with Davante Adams. Although I will say, clearly Davante Adams. I'm not going to say that he's not happy playing with Derek Carr and being on the team that he wants to be on. That's not what I'm saying. but clearly he's not happy about something. There's something
Well,
going
he's not
on.
happy about how the season has gone thus far.
He's overreacting and
But at the same time, you're talking about after the Kansas City loss, we've had a bye and a blowout win since then. So I think the mood has changed a little bit from that last take. So
but at the same time, Joe,
I think you should readjust. I think you should readjust your take
At
as
the
well.
same time, Joe, he would have never done that on Green Bay. He would have never
Okay,
acted that way.
but bro, all I'm saying is, times change and things change with the times. So, like, I think that they're in a different place right now than they were 2-3 weeks ago when they lost to Kansas City. Like, I think that there's a lot more hope in the
John
room
had
than.
a whole lot to say and I undercut him.
Go for it.
John, give us everything that you wanted to say.
I was just going to be, you talked about Devontae Adams pushing the camera guy after being frustrated with the loss to Kansas City. And he got a lot of scrutiny being called a thug for something that was bad judgment, a poor choice, what he did, but it was out of frustration. He's not a troublemaker. That was just disgusting how people degraded the man's character just by one stupid moment. So,
but it was also an asshole move on his part. Like, let's not sugarcoat it. It was an asshole move, dude.
It's an asshole
and I'm a Raider fan, and I love Devontae. Like, and I totally agree with you that it was totally out of character for him. But it doesn't take away from the fact that it was a straight up asshole move, dude. Like, this Cameron dude was like 130 pounds. Like, he was no threat to Devontae.
If he was on Green Bay, he wouldn't have done that. That's all I'm saying.
But also too, he's not a troublemaker. He doesn't get in trouble. He sounds like he's a good guy, and
that's why I said it's totally out of his character. Like, I couldn't believe that he did it, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it was an asshole move. But I also want to add that the cameraman was a Kansas City cameraman, so I really don't feel too bad for him.
And he did bump him. Let's be honest. The cameraman did run into him and bump him like that with the camera, and Devontae just freaked the fuck out, looked at him, and just shoved him.
He just ludicroused him, like, move, bitch, get out of the way.
It's day that Devontae he's struggling with the transition, clearly. Like, that's what's happening.
But did you watch any of the Raiders Texans game? Did you see our offense? How when it started to click? I think
I also watched your defense give up a lot of Texans clicking.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I really believe, like, give it the rest of this season, and I think next season our offense is going to be something scary, bro.
I'll just say this, Nick Green. I think that Matt LaFleur is a good coach. I just think this is just a learning experience. It's part of the growing pains of being an NFL coach and an NFL player.
I'm not saying Matt LaFleur is a bad coach. That's not what I'm trying to get across. What I'm trying to
he's
say
not
is
as good as you guys think that he is, or possibly is. So
what I'm trying to say is maybe Matt LaFleur got carried by a good roster and a Hall of Fame quarterback for a few years, and maybe you're not the greatest coach that you thought you were for those few years. Maybe you have a lot of work to do, because Matt LaFleur has an enormous amount of faults that we've been looking at this year. Maybe you're not the greatest coach that you thought you were, and you need to reel it back in, be a better coach. That's all I'm saying.
You talking about greatest or as a great coach? He's a great coach, but not as great as he thinks he is.
I don't think he's a great coach. I think he's a good coach that needs to bring it back, dial it back, and find himself to be a great coach. Sean McVay is a great coach. Okay, Steelers coach. What's it?
Tomlinson. Mike Tomlinson.
Mike Tomlin, great coach, right?
Andy Reid,
great coach.
Andy Reid, John Harbaugh, great
Pete
coach.
Carroll.
I don't think that Matt LaFleur has found his great coach himself.
But
just by himself.
It's too early to say that. But you said
positive. Hey, Nick, I also just want to say something. I'm not convinced that Aaron Rodgers thinks that Matt LaFleur is a great coach.
And that's probably that's one of the problems that we're having right now, is that when Aaron Rodgers goes, I think we need to simplify. And then Matt LaFleur goes, I don't know what that means. Well, clearly, in my opinion, just my opinion, maybe Aaron Rodgers should be making the play calls then. Like, I know we have a lot of RPOs, and he is, but at the same time, maybe Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers need to listen to each other and not just themselves. See what I'm saying?
It reminds
I
me
got
of
to get
last
going,
season when the
fellas. You have a good night.
It reminds me of last season when the Vikings were losing, and they would have the post game, from Mike Zimmer, and Clint Kubiak was the offensive coordinator at the time. Clint Kubiak said that we ran the ball way too much, and then you get Mike Zimmer saying we didn't run the ball enough, and it just seemed like they weren't on the same page.
And your whole organization is in a circle of clusterfuck.
Yeah.
That's
Are those the kids? Are those the kids in the background?
Yeah, that's my kids.
Be a real man. Ignore them.
That was a long time ago.
Said to remind you. Where's Bill? Did he disappear?
Everyone's gone. We're gonna end this podcast. We hit our 2 hours that we wanted to hit.
Damn. And you ended with a Viking fan. You ended with a Viking fan on here. How fucked up?
I wanna thank you, John Sullivan.
Thank you for having me on.
Being on the show. John Sullivan's fucking wonderful. He's actually really dope.
You don't say that in the back chats, though. You say something different.
Well, because I'm being an asshole in the back chat. So
your way of saying I love you. I know that, man.
I always back you up, though, no matter what, in the back chats. Like, anytime that you have something that actually is like a serious problem, I go, no, John Sullivan's my guy, so I'm going to back him up.
Well, hey, what do you think about the rest of the games? Like, what do you think Minnesota's going to do against Arizona? What is it? It's Detroit. No, Chicago plays Dallas. And who does Detroit play again?
Detroit plays. So let me start with the Vikings. They're going to beat Arizona. Arizona is not a good team this year. The Vikings are going to find a way to beat them. Not by a lot, but they'll find a way to beat them. Handily, in my opinion, by like 10 points, 2 scores at least. The Lions have a bye this week. Oh, no. Never mind. The Lions play the Dolphins, and Tua's back.
Oh, yeah.
The Lions are losing. The Lions are losing that game.
Yeah.
The Lions are going to lose to the Dolphins. If you've watched the Lions the last 3 weeks, they can't score the ball anymore. Like they're struggling.
Yeah, they are.
I'm going 28 to 14. Like they're going to lose a game like that.
I think Miami's going to let up the score.
So either way, Miami's going to win that game.
Tyreek Hill, those two are.
The Vikings are going to beat Arizona I see it like 31-10. I actually think you guys are going to beat their ass.
I don't think so. Vikings don't do well against quarterbacks that can run. Look what Jalen Hurts did. Look what Justin Fields almost did to us. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, but Arizona has a really terrible team this year. I think you guys are going to beat them handily like that.
I think I think we can light up their defense, but our defense, that's I don't know.
And the Bears are playing who?
I think we'll win. I think Chicago plays Dallas, I believe.
They play, yep. The Cowboys are going to kick their ass. Let's be honest. The Cowboys are not a bad roster. They're not a bad team. Even with Cooper Rush at quarterback, they're still a good roster.
I thought they were a better team. I thought they had a better chance of winning games with Cooper Rush than with Dak Prescott. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm crazy.
A lot of us feel that way, that maybe Cooper Rush should start, not Dak. But that's another conversation to have. The Cowboys are beating the Bears 24-10. I don't think the Cowboys have a good defense. I don't think the Bears are going to be able to score.
I think the Bears will score a little bit more than that, though.
Well,
I think they'll score maybe 17 to 20. I think maybe 28 to 17, maybe.
Okay.
But they did look good against Green Bay. They look good. Not against Green Bay, New England.
Chicago, I was going to say, you mean New England, where they finally scored. But you know what? Even though they scored 33 points, Justin Fields still sucked. Like that's not a good game. I'm sorry. If my quarterback had 179 yards, a touchdown and a pick, I'd sit there and go, yeah, that's not a good fucking game. How did you score 3? There was a multitude of external things that happened in that game, why the Bears beat them and scored 33 points. Justin Fields is not a good quarterback. He's just not. He's not succeeding.
Right. The defense that put them in good positions, they got some turnovers. That's true. That's true.
And David Montgomery and Herbert doing everything that they did during that game to get you in position to score the points. I think that they're going to run into a good defense and a good football team. I think the Bears lose by a lot on this one.
Yeah, they will. They will. I agree with you on that. I agree. Yeah.
So we're going to end the show on that note. Thank you for being here, John.
Thank you, Nick.
Frozen Tundra Network, baby. Let's get it. And we're going to be here every week, so join again, all right?
Peace out.